Welcome in, Thunder fans. We've got myself, Thunder Talk, and Joe here for Bring the Thunder podcast. We're going to be switching things up here. We're going to be actually live reacting to the game. This is mainly kind of just like a hangout space where you guys can drop comments, react with us with what's going on, and we'll try to bring some either valuable analysis or you'll see us raging or whatever. So it'll be a lot of fun. So welcome in. Thank you guys for joining. Really excited. We got Austin Reeves, who's been putting up 30 points in his past two games on some solid efficiency. LeBron just had 27 against the Pelicans here. This is going to be a great, matchup. The starting lineup is Luka, Reeves, Rui, LeBron, and Hayes versus we have Shea, Dort, J-Dub, Hartenstein, and Chet. So I feel like, we got the full starting lineups. Everyone's healthy. Luka just dropped 35 versus the Pelicans. It is the Pelicans, but still, they had to fight for that win. They have to fight for these next two against us today and then Tuesday. So pretty excited to see kind of what happened in this one. Don't know. I think the line opened up at like
9.5,
9.5, almost 10-point favorite, which was
a lot.
Line opened up Sidian.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting, especially for a high leverage game like this. Shea's averaging 32 on 52% from the field, nearly 37% from the three. He's having one of his better three-point shooting years. I know he's had a better one than this season, but ridiculous. And we got Chet averaging 15 points, 37 from three, 8 rebounds, 2.3 blocks.
And he's coming off a game where he shot 6 of 8 from three.
Exactly. So we should see his great shooting ability here coming up shortly. The game is about to kick off. This feels like a ESPN level matchup rather than a NBA TV. The more, I guess, it gets closer to like kickoff or the start of the game.
They gotta find a way to find some channel they can put this on, because NBA TV is, I guess it's televised, but not for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it could. I don't know what the blackout situation is with. I don't think it applies to NBA TV games, but if this was on national TV,
NBA TV, it does blackout, I believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. My buddy and I were just talking about it. Like, gotta pay to watch your team, man.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's the worst decision. I could understand if they black out other games for other teams that are like locally around you or something.
Yeah.
But within your own state or like whatever team you're actually trying to watch, you should be able to watch. I think the reasoning I've heard is they want you to go in person.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, if you're gonna go, you're gonna go, and if you're gonna watch at home, like you're probably gonna end up watching at home, or you'll figure out a way to watch it at home. So it's like, it's just more of a barrier to entry nowadays compared to, I guess, back in the day. Like, I don't know, you could still be stopped from watching it. Like, I guess there were still legal streams like maybe a couple years back, but now there's just so many different ways. Like, you can go into a Discord with like 200 to 1,000 people. And I mean, there's so many Discords for every team that you won't miss a game regardless.
Yeah, my buddy does a lot of TikTok lives. He finds like somebody recording the game.
Yeah, literally sitting in front of their TV watching the game. I've done it. I'll literally go on TikTok and just have the game up, talking through it, and that way everyone can watch for some of the bigger games. I get people messaging me like all the time, "Are you going live for this? Can you go live for this specific game?" And I'm like, man, well, now we're starting to do it on here, so it helps out. Obviously, we can't have the game itself on YouTube, but oh well.
Yeah,
We still
I
get
mean,
to
they wonder why their views are down, man. Everyone should be able to access the game.
exactly. We'll have the score and stuff up here soon. I can share my screen for kind of the view that everyone will have with us. So let's go ahead and pull this up. Do you see that, Joe? Do I need to add it to the stage? There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So whenever the game kicks
Got
off,
the game cast.
yeah, we'll have the game cast play-by-play. But yeah, I mean, we can see some of the stats here. I was reading off a couple, but these are for the season. It's crazy. LeBron's leading in every category that shows you how much he has to do. And he's like, what, 40 years old? And
Yep.
they're third in the West with 46 wins, and he's honestly had to do this much. I mean, obviously, Luka got traded later on, but still, it's
LeBron's been having a fantastic season. I didn't expect it, honestly. I expected this guy to slow down 3 years in a row now, and he's just not. One of the main reasons is because he's really improving as a three-point shooter. Or he has improved. So that's really keeping him steady throughout the regular season. I would like to mention the Lakers are the 3 seed, but they're 1.5 games above the 8 seed. So huge game for them today. They don't want to slip all the way down.
Yeah, of course not.
It'll be interesting to see how we come out. See, this is like a playoff game for the Lakers, but is it for us? Is that how we're going to treat it?
Yeah, we've definitely had kind of a little I don't even know what to call it, like just a bug kind of hit the team of coasting. I'll call it the coasting bug. I think I saw Stephen Dolan on X mention we're kind of having that go around a little bit for the previous game, and I feel like it's the same case maybe today. Like if we hit most of our threes, we'll probably end up beating the Lakers, but I don't think it's one where these guys are stressing over it or like this isn't a must win in any type of way for us. The only obviously thing that we have to keep track of is just we just come out of this healthy and
and play well. Don't get dogged on at home court. But for sure. I mean, we saw it the other night. I'm hoping a little more intensity and energy than the Houston game, but you don't want to play this game like it's a game 7 and somebody goes down right before the playoffs. So it'll be real interesting to see how they handle this one.
I feel like it'll be a lot more up and down. That's kind of how the Houston game felt, where we just want to play. That's kind of the mentality is just like we're here, we're on the court, we're just gonna run it up and down the court as much as we can. And against the Lakers team, I just don't expect Shea to have a bad game. And obviously he doesn't have to deal with Amen Thompson. Amen absolutely. I looked back at the highlights of that game, and he was dogging him, to be honest. Yeah. So here, let me make sure that video doesn't play. But we got the play-by-play going. So this is perfect. We've already got Hartenstein on the board. J-Dub missed a 20-foot pull-up. Hartenstein made a 6-foot 2-point shot. I mean, Shea with another miss. Already a minute into the game.
Yeah. I guess it's going to be a high-paced game.
Yep. I totally agree. I guess this game is going to be really dependent on the bench as well. We didn't see the bench production the previous game. I think Wiggins kind of getting his feet under him these next couple of games will be great. Also, another thing to mention is AJ Mitchell's not healthy for this one, so we won't see him yet. So he still looks like ramping up. I'm sure they'll take their time with it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if they wanted to get him in before the playoffs, he'd probably have a great opportunity with those last 2 to 3 games. Suns, I think it's Utah and New Orleans. So that would be a good opportunity for him to get some run.
Exactly. Yeah, man. Do you have it live on your end?
Yes.
Perfect. the stream that I typically use is a little bit. Well, I have to use a different one because if I'm screen sharing for whatever reason, huh?
No, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, the other one's not working, but I'm only like what, a minute-ish behind.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. Oh yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Got the black jerseys.
We got.
Ultimates.
I love the thing. Yeah, the black jerseys are like super aura. But I love the fact that everyone stands until the first bucket, and then as soon as Hartenstein hit it, everyone just sat back down.
It's awesome. You notice that a lot more in the playoffs. It's like because there's so many people, it's a crowd, and they're all wearing the same shirts and stuff, so it's awesome.
Yeah, even in this one, it felt pretty noticeable. Looks like the Lakers bench is pretty into this game. They understand the importance, not just of beating, obviously, the first seed for a team like ours. It feels like they definitely understand the importance of, not dropping into the play-in, things like that. There's still, I guess, probabilities for them to not get as far as they need to. So.
Right. I noticed we've been wearing these black jerseys in big games, day games. Day games, we wore them against Boston. We wore them against Denver, now LA.
Yeah. I like that. We do that. And the court looks fire with the jerseys. So I feel like this is our best jersey court combination we've had ever.
Yeah, it's solid for sure.
Thing, but
Hartenstein looks good, man. He looks like he's got a mismatch today.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be eaten against this undersized, for the first time, undersized Laker team, I feel like in years.
That's an unbelievable call. Jeez.
That's a killer call. Lou Dort hit that three from the Shea assist. I felt like we need that.
Yeah, definitely need him to get going again. He's been a pretty solid shooter all year long. He's in a little bit, he's been going through slumps every once in a while throughout the season. He's kind of in one now. But I fully expect him to be solid throughout the playoffs.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
Completely agree. I'm going to go ahead and share this stream now that we're live here on my Twitter real quick. So give me 1 sec. There we go. Yes, post. All right, there we go. Perfect. That'll get it out to the guys on X to join if they want to. Feels like a pretty solid start for us. I mean, overall, I don't know. I think similar to like when we play against the Clippers or any of the other teams that run their centers, even against Houston, they started running a small ball lineup with their 5-man not being taller than like 6'10" or whatever.
Right.
So I think they need to run the same thing here, maybe have LeBron at the 5 for probably the second half of the game, because I don't know how much longer they can really sustain having Hayes in. I mean,
they're going to end up going small. The keys today is we need to honestly just contain Reeves and let Luka try to go crazy.
That's by himself. To be making a year from what Luka did last year.
I know, right?
We got to contain Reeves now.
Yeah, but literally, you stop Reeves and try to handle LeBron. Let Luka put it on his shoulders. He's hit or miss from deep. He's been looking kind of meh. It's hard for him to go mid-season to a different team and fully look like himself. So
yeah, he's definitely lost a step of confidence, not a step in his game,
right?
But his confidence directly is correlating to kind of the way he's playing. Like, it's all mental when it comes to shooting, and his shot just doesn't seem to be there. There's clearly like a lack of focus. I don't know if it's a lack of interest, but there's something about his focus. So yeah, I think Reeves for them is definitely the X factor in games like this, or just in games in general right now. Like,
absolutely,
even against the Golden State game that I watched, he was like their go-to guy on offense.
Yep.
Kept them, at least in the game or whatever. Without Reeves hitting big shots, honestly, like their offense isn't much more. Ooh, Shea going to work.
Nice. I'd like to mention the Lakers look to be running the zone early and often here.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting to see. This is big. See how we deal with this zone because we match up with them in the playoffs. We could be seeing the exact same thing all 7-game series long.
Yeah, we'll be seeing zone not just from them. Like I feel like every team thinks that's the way to beat us, but I think that's where having Hartenstein in the game in situations like this is huge because honestly, he's one of the best zone breakers with the backdoor cut passes.
Right.
Yeah, and then if you decide to sag off on the cuts, he can just take one dribble in and then boom, he's got his floater up before you can even put your hand up, honestly.
See, I would already off rip, I'm looking at this, and I would love to be starting Case and Wallace in this game. I think Reeves already has it going, and Kaysen would be such a better matchup for us. We don't need two bigs. Look, they're running zone because we have two bigs on the floor.
Yeah. And, I mean, you can only keep, Hartenstein on kind of the dunker spot in zone situations and then maybe have Chet in the middle, but to run that, like, double big screen action into the lobs or whatever against zones, I mean, it can work, but it's harder to do when you're playing against LeBron James in a zone because the way he makes his reads are different than like 99% of every other NBA player. So like he's seen everything a trillion times. So for us to expect, that same action to work against that high IQ of a guy, it's just, it's tough.
So you got Chet running around with Rui, getting the and one on Chet because he's running around.
Yeah.
In transition there, like, man.
Yeah, I just saw that. Rui at the line right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's averaging in his last 14 and a half on 55% field goal. I feel like
Rui's definitely a solid player.
Yeah, he's solid. He definitely picks it up in the playoffs too. Like he's a very dependable guy. Like if you give him the rock around the basket, like he'll hit his shots.
Yeah,
like,
he's been good for the Lakers. I'd love to see Chet take LeBron off the dribble like that.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I feel like that's his next evolution, or that's what they're trying to get from Chet.
They've been seeing it a lot.
Yeah, he's trying to go to the basket because I feel like he's learning that his size is kind of unstoppable. We had a good steal and then didn't convert there. Rue with the shot, hits it.
Shea's got to finish that. He's been off, man. He's been having some off days.
But that was Dorian Finney-Smith, sorry, but still.
That's another player, 3-and-D guy who could hurt us.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got to finish those fast break opportunities.
Yeah, we definitely, I mean, they missed two. Let's see. He made one right here. Driving layup. Got a foul. Made another one. I think he started out by missing a two-point shot. So
yeah, baseline jumper. He's got to get back into full form. We need him to be Mr. Consistent because those middies all season long were butter, but now I don't know, they're not getting the bounces, so got to get back to that.
Yeah. What do you think about Kenrich getting kind of subbed in for Chet? I feel like that's an interesting call considering how he's playing pretty solid. Is that more because of the fouls on him?
I would think so. I'm not going to try to understand what Mark's doing right now, but listen, the guy gives us good minutes when he comes in, so I would rather Kaysen, but
yeah, I thought Aaron Wiggins would be first off the bench, or he should be for most of the time. Maybe he's still kind of on a minutes restriction, whatever. So
yeah, man. I mean, him too. Like he was going crazy all season long, and then we started to slow him down off the bench, and then he gets sick, and then he gets injured.
Yeah, that can really mess up momentum for bench guys when they're like rolling. I feel like it's the same way with Joe. Like he'll get rolling for a couple games,
and then he doesn't have a lot of minutes one game.
Yeah, so
I try to understand it the best I can, but
yeah, I mean it's tough playing everyone, and then just how the roster is constructed. Someone's gonna end up getting 10 versus the other guy gets 20.
Right.
So usually it's a night-to-night basis, but still. Yeah.
We got 24-20. Lakers timeout.
Yeah. LeBron with a turnover. I'm sure JJ's getting in his ear.
Yeah, we like J-Dub getting to the free throw line for sure, though.
Oh, yeah. We need any free throws we can get. Like, the differential between us before this game is one of the highest between two teams from a free throw disparity standpoint.
Right. Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, we'll take any calls, honestly. Like, if we can get above 20 free throws this game as a team, I'm not just talking about Shea for Lakers fans.
Wait, hold on. You know what this is right here?
What's up?
This is a challenge by the Lakers, I think, already.
Oh, okay.
Already.
That's a pretty early challenge. Like,
oh, LeBron got an offensive foul. They're going to challenge it every time. We got another Dort 3 too.
Yeah,
that's great to see. If he could spread the floor, because they're going to put Luka on Dort. That's probably his best matchup because Dort's more of a stand in the corner, stand on the wing type of guy. If Luka get going and kind of just make Luka come out to him, it could open up a lot of opportunities for us on offense.
Oh yeah, I think for playoff standpoint, like if we have like Luka guarding Dort, we'll see a lot of Dort Shea pick and roll actions, and Dort's great on the pick and roll and pick and pop specifically. Like they're probably going to ignore Dort on the pick and pop too, especially with Luka. He's not the best guy that transitions. It looks like they played a little zone before the timeout call, or we played a zone against them with LeBron in the middle. Reeves hit that pretty big 3-point shot. I mean, he's been playing lights out.
That's why I just love to have Kaysen on him. Kaysen can lock that guy down. I just know it. And
yeah,
where do we start off? We started off with Shea on him, I believe.
Yeah,
don't love that.
Yeah, not against a guy that's putting up 30 in the past 2 games.
Right.
I definitely don't mind the Kenrich on LeBron matchup. Kenrich always plays his matchups tough. Like,
that's why they put him in. I don't love that for the playoffs. Like, I'm good with like Kaysen on Reeves, Dort on Luka, and J-Dub on LeBron. J-Dub's proven that he's a great defender all season long. Strong guy.
I just saw the play with the offensive call. I think that's getting overturned if it hasn't.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, he had his elbow out there or whatever, but yeah, I doubt we get that one. If I had to guess.
Well, I mean, it's a Laker review, so we're not getting that anyway.
Yeah, not against these refs.
Nope.
All right, I got my other stream to work, and this one is like right on point. So
yeah, I'm working on my live here. Just have to get it up.
Bet.
It'll be up by the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here. We got oh, we got it. Lakers charged with a timeout. There you go.
Let's go. That's perfect. That's gonna be huge.
Got Isaiah Joe checking into the game for J-Dub.
Mm-hmm.
Comes in, shoots a 3 right away, misses, but like to see that.
Yeah.
No, that's huge though. I mean, they're not gonna just give the ball away to the Lakers for free. I'd like to see that. That's good.
Yeah. There we go. Lou Dort guarding up on Luka. I have to say this. The Luka Doncic narrative that he played great against the Thunder just because they won. I hate the analyst on ESPN, and almost all the radio talk show hosts. Like I think Nick Wright was mentioning Luka Doncic had a great series against us. No, he didn't. Like I feel like that's such a wild narrative to just
screw Nick Wright, screw all of them. They don't know, they're pushing false narratives on purpose to get money into their pocket. As Isaiah Joe knocks down a 3. It's all a bunch of nonsense. That's why I'm literally watching the game without any audio. I don't need to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. It's driving people crazy. Everybody across the league, not just us.
Yeah, I can't believe ridiculous. They lie like that. Like
Luka makes a 3.
Yeah, you have everything from like statisticians all around you, especially on the ESPN side. Like I know they have data. They're like one of the leading data analytics people. So from that perspective, it's like, come on, like Luka did not have a good series. Injury, no injury, I don't really care. Like he objectively only scored like 24, 25 points per game in a playoff series.
Not great efficiency. And it was Derrick Jones Jr. and it was PJ Washington,
Yeah. Which is ridiculous as that's the way we lost. But I feel like all the Thunder like losses, even dating to last year and this year, especially this year, are like the most craziest way of losing that I'll ever see.
Yep.
Like except for that Houston game yesterday, we definitely just got dogged in that one.
Yeah, we didn't show up. We didn't show up. Simple as that.
I see teams consistently putting a bigger wing matchup like power forwards and small forwards on Shea. It definitely disrupts his mid-range shooting because he's not getting that high up anyways on those shots, and he's not creating the separation against bigger guys. I think
they went last year in the playoffs. They went Derrick Jones on him.
Yeah, Derrick Jones he did a really good job too when he was guarding Shea. So I think he needs to make an adjustment, or we need to make an adjustment not to let him go ISO like he typically does against people his size or shorter than him. Like fine, rise up above them, but the taller defenders like Arui, like when I was seeing that play,
Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
We need to get him off. We got to set a screen, get the switch.
Yeah. We need to get either a shorter defender if he wants to go for mid-range, but he also needs to recognize, I guess, the moment and understand like that's not the play there. Like it's either a drive, a step back, or he needs to add something else into his arsenal other than just the fadeaway mid-range around the sides of the free throw line. Like that can work to a degree, but once teams have seen it like this many times in the season for the past 3 seasons, it's hard to go to it. Because as a defender, like I know exactly that he wants to raise up on both the corners of the free throw line. I'm already beating him to that spot before he even raises up.
Right.
Or I'm expecting him to raise up anyways, and then I'm going for the block, which was what Amen Thompson was doing because he's freak of nature. So
super athletic, both the Thompson brothers.
Exactly. 31-25. Still pretty solid. We're staying in there, but for being a home game.
Yeah, I mean, slow start. Like to blame it on the double big once again. Doesn't have enough rhythm to it at all.
Yeah.
Offensively. Makes no sense to me. Hasn't all year long. Especially against teams like this. Are we really going to have to do double big against Jackson Hayes? No, I don't think so, guys. Put a shooter out there. Put Wiggins. Put Kaysen. Somebody.
Yeah. I was even thinking about the Minnesota lineup. Like, low-key, we don't need a double big for that anymore because they don't have Cat. So it's like they only have Rudy, and I don't really think they're going to be starting Naz Reid or anything against us, so there's no point.
Been saying all year, it's like just have Chet in to start. Hartenstein will come off the bench with unit 2, but he'll get the same amount of starter minutes as he's starting. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It's a better matchup for us. It spreads the floor for Shea, J-Dub, and all of our attackers. We get an extra shooter on the floor. It just makes too much sense. We're getting our ass beat right now.
Oh yeah, Luka's getting what he wants. I feel like those minutes without Chet protecting the board.
It's like you got to have him on the floor to protect the rim, but you have him with the double big. He's outside chasing people around, fouling people. It's not the right play. Now we got Gabe Vincent making shots.
Yeah. This feels a lot similar to the Rockets game.
Yep.
Man, yeah, we need to get away from this starting the double bigs because Chet's best at the 5. And I think I pointed out like the very first time we tried to do it where he's chasing after the wings and he kept picking up the tic-tac fouls because he has to rotate back, and he's a great shot blocker, more so in the help than he is on the one-on-one. Like, he's better against centers from that perspective because they're a lot slower and he can use his speed and size in that way. But against guys that are already faster than him and he has to chase from behind, you're going to get foul calls. You're not going to get every block in those scenarios anyway. So, yeah.
Already at 40 first quarter points, boys. 40. We got Gabe Vincent knocking down threes. This is how it goes. Gabe Vincent's a new PJ.
I mean, we always have random guys hitting threes on us. Nothing new.
Yep. They better wake up defensively. It's been a shit show recently. I mean,
yeah, I mean, we got back to like number 1 net rating, number 1 and 2 in offense and defensive rating, like right before the Houston game. And then I know the Houston game is going to make us drop right back into like top 5 of each category or whatever. I mean, that's fine and all. Like those like stats don't matter as much because we know like the level we can play at when we want to, but we just need to be able to do that. Man, that Shea isolation on Vando, and they say Vando's the guy that's going to be able to.
Yeah, no, it's not going to work for them.
Yeah, good luck. I feel like that narrative is another one. Like, there's people out there in the league that can guard pretty much the MVP of the league. Like, that's a dead scenario and a dead narrative.
No, you're not going to be able to guard him. It's just if he's making his shots or not.
Yeah, that's
42-32 at the end of the first. LeBron finished the quarter with a layup. 42 first quarter points, man. Man.
Chet with that big 3 right before the end of the first. I thought that was solid. Let's look at some of these. I'll pull up the box score for us. What do we got? We got Luka with 14. Don't really mind that as much as long as we're containing Reeves here. From a steals and block perspective, on their end, they're not doing much defensively. Like,
I mean, we put up 32. They just made more shots than we did. And
yeah, we're 4 of 10 right now from the 3-point line. 13
to get to that free throw line.
Yeah, let's see what the
2 free throws for us.
Yeah, that's always going to be the case, man. We just don't get to the line. That's one of the things that I would say if we were to ever lose like a series or whatever, I could definitely point towards a series like as a whole, like our free throw differential would be probably like minus 20 or 30 or even more or whatever. So that's where us getting stocks, steals, and blocks is huge because that outweighs the fact that we're not getting free throws because we can score in transition. But when we're not turning the ball over or getting the blocks that turn into points, it's really tough. We're kind of middle of the pack when it comes to rebounding, and it's not something that I worry about now that we have a prolific rebounder in Hartenstein. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't think we've talked about him enough. I was thinking about that before the game. He's leading in rebounding for the team, and maybe outside of like Steven Adams, even I guess Russell Westbrook or whatever, we haven't had a consistent rebounder like this in a long time.
Not that I can remember.
He may go down.
I don't really think we ever had. I'm trying to remember, like.
Serge Ibaka was a great, solid rebounder too, but I mean.
Yeah, I feel like Hartenstein's much better.
Yeah, I feel like he's going to go down as our best rebounding big man, like acquisition or whatever in general.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was just a random thought when I saw his stat line that he's leading us with like 10 boards a game or something. So.
Yep. All right, I got the live here. Oh man, we're getting beat up.
Yeah.
Got an interesting lineup out. I mean, I don't mind it. We got Dub, Caruso, Wiggins, Kaysen, and Chet.
I actually don't mind that lineup. Like, I'm cool with that. Well, that should.
They got Reeves and LeBron to start the quarter with Vincent, Finney-Smith, and Vanderbilt. And Reeves just knocked down a 3, go down 15 points.
Yeah. I prefer the Caruso on LeBron because, truthfully, Kenrich is not a smart enough defender. Like, he has the size, but LeBron and Luka kind of get away with a lot against a guy like Kenrich. I've just noticed like he fouls a lot on drives and other things, whereas guys like Caruso and Kaysen are just a lot more disciplined when it comes to like the foul baiting tactics. So
they Reeves is cooking us, man. Reeves is cooking us.
Yeah, that Reeves 3 dagger shoot, man. He was the key of the game. I love the little post up right there. Chet with the miss, but that's still solid. Like, that's a solid play. That's the one we want. But Chet's got to be able to put his chest through Reeves in that type of scenario, and that should be a dunk.
Absolutely.
Over an easy bucket. Caruso with great defense. They get. Oh my gosh! I mean, Reeves is absolutely destroying us right now.
Yep.
Yeah, we're so scared of him shooting from behind the arc. We have 2 guys going past him. I mean, come on. Yeah, the Lakers may. This is an IG comment by Carson. Lakers may end up with like 30 plus free throws in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they get to like the 40 mark or something.
Yeah, that'll be consistent even if we see them in the playoffs. That's just what's going to happen.
Yeah, we have to get the shot making from Shea. Like,
we got a comment
whenever he's in the game, like
B-Boy Skies.
That's what the offense relies on. Even last game, like. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got a comment. Why are we not watching the game right now? Our boys need our support. We are watching the game. That's why we're live. We got the game up. We just can't show it on our live because it's not legal.
Yeah. We can't show the game, but we're live reacting with you guys. We got the play-by-play. We have the games pulled up on the side.
I got the game up on my TV. Don't worry, guys. I see us. We're down 15. I like Dub getting to the rim, getting fouled. He's got only 4 free throws. Got Kaysen on LeBron right now. Oh boy.
Yeah. LeBron, I'm cool with that, but I think between J-Dub and Chet, I feel like they can generate a lot more fouls than they do, especially J-Dub. He's probably one of the guys that drives to the basket as much as he does and gets fouled a lot, and he doesn't
as
get
you're
the call.
As you're saying that Dub just got to the line, it looks like it might be a goaltend and one. It definitely should be. Let's see if they call it. They didn't call it a goaltend because, why not? J-Dub's going crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to need huge games out of J-Dub in these games. He's got 4 points. They're all coming from the line. I mean, he's 5 of 6 from the line.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 5 points. Going to have to hit him with some defense. Got to go on a run. This is what I like to see. Kaysen on Reeves. Should have started this way. Got Kaysen on Reeves. Caruso just stole the ball from LeBron. We got transition. Wiggins gets stripped by Reeves. But like that's what I'm trying to see. I'm not trying to see this double big. You got great matchups on the perimeter, causing turnovers. Reeves just gets lucky. He sticks his hand in the cookie jar and goes off.
Wiggins. I mean, he's a sneaky, decent. Like he's not.
We're cooked, man. Reeves just pulled one from like 30 feet.
Yeah. That's a tough. He's hitting crazy shots. Like I don't even know what to do with him because that's what he was doing. He's been doing the past 2 games. Like he's stepped it up to a different offensive level. It's hard. It's tough.
Yeah, if he's gonna be that guy, probably not gonna beat him.
Yeah. Maybe I think at this point, time to put the torture chamber on him, man. I mean, when you know you can't get stops on a guy like this, I know Lou Dort can definitely do a lot. They're doing a lot of what's it called?
Yeah, they're getting lucky as hell today. LeBron just hit a 30-foot fadeaway 3. Like this is ridiculous.
20-point game now.
Not a good look, ladies and gentlemen. Not a good look whatsoever. Got our asses handed to against the 2-seed Houston Rockets, and now we're home getting absolutely blanked by the Lakers. Not happy at all right now at the moment.
Yeah, fully healthy. Not able to play the defense that we need. I did mention the coasting bug, but still,
Could be, but I'm looking at this game as the Lakers are just better right now.
Yeah, I guess. The thing that's still perplexing me is Shea's lack of just overall like
takeover
or I guess leadership in this type of moment. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's just gotta step it up, man. Like we're a young team and he is the MVP of the league. Like he's definitely gonna end up winning this MVP. So
yeah,
I'm not gonna overreact to a game 1 against the Lakers. Like I know Twitter's probably gonna be going crazy over this, like, oh, the Lakers are dogging these guys, whatever. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna follow that trend at all. I feel like recency bias, whatever, like what we've done in the whole season is a better sample size. So
yeah, we'll see.
When you lose like this, like I still don't think the game's over. If we can get it within 10, I always say that, like going into the 4th quarter, like we're capable of getting the defensive stops. Right now, Reeves has 13. I think Luka has 14 too, and then LeBron has 9. Let's see what
they're hitting all their shots right now.
It's the bench unit. Like we're just not getting the production from Wiggins.
Anyone.
Joe's out. Well, Joe's got 1 3, but Caruso's got a 2-pointer. They're also just not taking enough shots either. Like
not enough shots, not enough output.
Yeah, like this is not enough output. Output's a big indicator for games in general. Like you can't expect to win games if you're not just shooting the rock more than the other team, especially from the 3-point line. So, like it's expected. If you're not getting to the line, you're not putting enough shots in. If you're not turning the ball over enough, like there's a couple keys for the Thunder that they have to do consistently because of the type of roster that we have. If we're not doing those things, if Shea's not aggressive, I'll add that in as a key. So
a lot of turnovers here.
Yeah. Sky's
Six for the Lakers, 2 for the Thunder.
Sky's mentioned where's our defense? Has the game plan changed? Tyler mentioned we're not there at all right now. Caleb Ferguson on IG said, what the heck is going on? Especially, yeah, I think I agree with Skies. It's like we just know we're better than this. And the fact that we're kind of this is happening to us in this game and in the Rockets game.
Point to one thing for me personally. I mean, or two things. It's the lack of intensity because we already locked it up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just starting slow with the double big. You can't start down to these teams because they're too good. You could start down to, crappier teams. There you go. Wiggins getting to the lane. There we go. I'd like to see that.
Yeah. I think, I don't know why we're continuing to play it when we know offensively it's not. Like the plus minus of the double big has been fine, but like we mentioned in the matchup wise, like this is not the team that we need to do that against. Like I think our best lineups are we're the best small ball lineup team in the NBA for the past 2 years, in my opinion.
Yeah,
like the only other team close is Golden State, but we should be utilizing that most.
8 minutes. We got Luka, LeBron, and Reeves on the floor. So we can see this doesn't mean much to OKC because Shea is not on the floor with their big three is. We got Reeves jacking up another 30-foot three. He bricked that one, thank God.
Yeah, that was a pretty sweet layup by Wiggins earlier.
I'd like to see him getting to the rim.
He's another guy that doesn't get
at the moment
that he should, considering how good he is offensively. But we may just pack this game up and just say we'll see you guys on the next one if it gets more out of hand. Like we may not even see Shea come back in if it doesn't get any closer anytime soon.
Got a J-Dub LeBron matchup. Caruso 3 over Hachimura on the wing. Cut it to 15 here. They're getting it going a little bit on the offensive end.
Yeah. As long as we can keep it within 10 to 15 points, like still completely winnable game because we can do
the NBA. It's the NBA. All you got to do is turn the game on by the fourth quarter. That's all that matters.
Exactly. All we need.
Chet to the rim. Got a Lakers timeout. Beautiful run. Beautiful run. I will tell you why this is working right now. The Lakers did have their big three out on the court with Vanderbilt, but we had Caruso, floor spacer, Chet, floor spacer, Dub, floor spacer, Casey Wallace, lockdown defender, floor spacer. Who's the last one? Aaron Wiggins, floor spacer. I mean, it's unbelievable how well things work when you don't clog the paint with two bigs. And you get out in transition off a turnover. I mean, and you got Chet blocking shots at the rim on the inside. It's just this team is the best team in the league. It's just the coach got to put the right rotation out. We've been talking about this for 3 months now.
We've been analyzing this game to game, and we've said this months ago that
quite literally game to game for months. We've been saying the same thing over and over again.
Yeah, like even after some of the wins, we're like, that didn't look like the best offensive game plan.
All right, what we would say after every game was, well, we were down 10 early, and you can't do that in the playoffs against good teams. You just can't. It's not sustainable, and they're finding out. They're finding out now, which I think is a good thing that they're finding out. There will be an adjustment, hopefully. But, yeah, it's so funny. I mean, we've been covering every game, guys, up on our YouTube and Spotify. Post-game discussions and our Twitter. And we've been saying for literally, 3 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah, soon as the double big happened and we saw it in action, like that post game, we literally mentioned like, nah, like this, you were the one that was most adamant. I still said like, hey, let's pump the brakes. Let's check it out. Maybe like a couple games after that, like 6 or 7 games, I even understood. I was like, yeah, offensively, this is not working for us. Even defensively, like Both those guys are better when they're the sole rim protector.
Exactly. You don't want Chet chasing anyone, any stretch four or a small forward. I like to call him Hachimura because he moves like one around the 3-point line because he could take him off the dribble. He's going to get Chet into foul trouble.
Yeah, especially him being lanky and like even if he puts his arms up and he's sliding, that's usually going to be called a foul. Like
he's going to get called every time on that.
Yeah, same thing with Hartenstein. If we were to put Hartenstein in for Chet in that same position, I think it'd still help with the rim protection a little bit more. But Hartenstein would be in the same place of no man's land, trying to chase around 3-point shooters, and you can't have that.
Right.
Skies in the IG chat mentioned, do we think we're tired or teams are rising up? I don't think it's either of those things. I think it's more of a concentration thing on our end. Just got to be locked in. That's what it's more about than us being necessarily tired. I don't see us being tired. Like
teams are leveling up. It's playoff time. Teams are leveling up, getting ready to go. These teams are fighting in the West. Like I said, the Lakers are the 3 seed, who are only a game and a half above the 8 seed. That's not going to work. We got Dorian Finney-Smith wide open in the corner 3. Flashback to last year.
Yeah, Dorian's a great 3-point shooter. He was one of the guys that I wanted us to get. Like, he's great on defense and offense. Like, there's a clear reason why the Lakers picked him up. Like, he's just a proven guy to play his role. So
he's a great guy, a great player.
Great pickup for them. But
J-Dub's going soft to the rim on Reeves, man.
Yeah. That has always been a concern of mine about J-Dub, the way he needs to be getting to the rim. Like, the angles that he creates are a little too wide for the way that he needs to be getting the fouls. Like, if he's going into the player and generating the, I guess, contact, like he doesn't generate the contact to get the foul calls. So, I mean, that'll change as obviously his body fills out. He learns more and more. Like, yeah, that play right there, he's a little too far out. Like, he needs one more step into the paint rather than away.
Use your huge shoulders, get to the rim, bro.
Yeah. I've been saying that for a while, but oh well, it's okay. Like, we're still hanging around. Shay's back in. We got Dort back in. I think this is the next 6 minutes.
Luka 3, yeah.
Yeah.
God damn, man. I don't know, boys. They're back in a zone here, matchup zone. Got Shay going 1-on-2. Pull up. Looks like a foul. Doncic is adamant that it's not, but that probably means it is.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything.
I can't say anything.
Yeah.
Looks like what am I seeing here? How do the Lakers challenge if they lost their first challenge?
Are they challenging again?
Yeah, they're challenging again.
They must have won that first one then, no?
No, they didn't. What are we doing here, boys? They lost the first challenge.
Did they forget that they lost the challenge?
Seems that way.
I'm surprised Mark's not, he's usually really smart about that. How are they challenging?
It was an offensive foul on Shea for sure. He did a leg kick. I don't know how they are challenging. Someone drop a comment if you know how they're challenging.
What? Yeah, I'm looking at it. Like, how is this? On what terms are they challenging? No, I think it's more. Unless it is the challenge call itself, they could be.
No, it's a challenge. They challenged it.
Then they must have won the first challenge, man.
I'm telling you, they didn't. I promise you, they didn't.
What I thought was happening for this one was they're looking for a flagrant because you can't step under the player that's shooting a jump shot.
No, we got a Lakers challenge right now.
Yeah, it's a coach's challenge. There's no way they lost the first one then, man.
I'm telling you. We even tweeted out that they did. Blaine on Twitter even tweeted out that the Lakers lost their trip.
Is there a rule change that there's 2 challenges for the Lakers and every other team gets 1? Can someone in the IG, Twitter, or YouTube let us know what's going on here? I mean, we've watched the NBA for years, but I've never seen.
They lost their first challenge. I'm looking at it right now. They lost the first challenge in the first quarter.
Did they get a challenge in the second quarter or second half? Or
no,
we're not even in the second half. This is
one per half.
Oh. Well. Yeah, I'm totally super confused, but it's going to end up. I don't know if they're going to call the foul first on the.
Successful. It's successful.
Huh? It is? Oh, wow. I'm looking at it right now. He got his hand first. That makes no sense.
Oh boy, here we go. Gonna see them all 7-game series long complaining and getting it done. 2 challenges in the first half by the Lakers, with their first one being unsuccessful. I love it. I love it.
Dude, hold on. All right, I have the play-by-play. So this one, it says there's a coach's challenge. I'm going to search for coach's challenge. It only has 1. This is their first one.
The Lakers lost their first challenge in the first quarter with the LeBron offensive foul. LeBron goes, we need to review it. And then they challenged it. And Gabe Vincent just knocked down his third 3 of the game.
No. They won this. Look. They won that challenge.
We retained. Oh, okay. So we retained possession.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't make any sense. But they won their offensive foul call.
Yeah. They won their call. I was about to say, there's no way.
I don't really understand how that makes sense, though, because we retained possession and they lost a timeout during it.
Yeah.
We're getting cooked, boys.
We'll be okay. This is a long game.
Shea's non-existent, a non-foul. We got Hartenstein guarding Luka on the perimeter here.
Gabe Vincent shooting lights out right now. Come on.
He just missed one. We got a foul on Dort on an offensive rebound attempt by Reeves. Reeves cooking. Can't contain him.
Man, this is the worst scenario for the first stint against the Lakers. We're gonna have a field day on X, man. Like, the Lakers fans are already unbearable as it is.
Reeves just bodied Case into the rim. He's going for 60 today.
I'm gonna look at the box score real quick. Get away from the play-by-play for just a second. They're shooting 72% from the 3-point line.
Dort just airballed the wide open layup.
What is going on? They're shooting 70% from the 3. That's freaking hilarious. Yeah, that's totally sustainable. 7-game series.
We got Wiggins. All right, we got a foul call. Boys.
Let's go. Dang. That Reeves bucket against Kaysen, that's tough.
Yeah.
Tough. Man, I'm why the heck is Shea passing out so much on shots like this? Like, I'm so confused. What in the heck is going on? Then we got Luka pulling up. What in the world? Body's dropping. There we go. That's a fair foul call.
I'm gonna say it right now. Shea's not trying for shit. Like, I'm serious. I'm watching him play. He's not
passing him on looks where he just usually rises up. I'm confused.
Yeah, he's been very passive for the last 3 games. Probably trying to preserve himself for the playoffs, to be honest. We got Wiggins at the line, missing the second free throw, getting back to the line.
Bro. This is ridiculous. He may not even hit 20 points this game.
What does he have? 10 points? He'll hit 20.
Yeah. I'm more concerned out of both of these games more than anything is Shea's attitude towards these games. That, like, I don't know. I've been really impressed with him all season, and we can say whatever, like, this game doesn't mean whatever or anything like that, but I don't know.
It has to mean something. I don't like the attitude either. Wiggins splits both attempts at the line, 2 for 4, down by 22.
Yeah, I still feel like 22 is not, like, there's so much game left to play. So,
well, it's 24 now. Jackson Hayes offensive putback.
Mm-hmm. I'll go back to the
over Hartenstein.
Yeah. Man made a hook shot on us. Dort with another miss. J-Dub with a miss. Goodness. We got Jordan Goodwin making shots. That's when you know the game's over. Just by the way. So yeah.
Got Hartenstein guarding Luka on the perimeter again without even a screen to set it up. You got Goodwin driving, floater off glass. Okay.
I'm looking at this. Man, that's a.
Wiggins looks super flat. This is over, boys. It's over. We might not even. We might not continue into the second half.
No. I'll stay. I'll stay with the boys.
I need to at halftime. I will be taking a 2-minute break and muting myself so I can get some of this frustration out. I'm keeping myself together here.
Yeah. Let that out. Go find yourself a punching bag or something. Put Luka's face in front of it if it makes you feel better.
I'm gonna put Shea's face in front of it right now. I'll put Coach Mark Dagnall's face in front of it right now.
Goodness.
We got Chet guarding Luka. Luka splashes another 3. They're up to 80% from 3 today, boys.
I just hope we don't start putting our bench out there. I want to see Shea keep playing through this. Like, we can't every time we're down 30, even if the regular season
J-Dub's trying, man. J-Dub's trying.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, I want all these starters out there, and I want them to feel every one of these shots. Like, every Luka 3, I want them to feel it, right? Because otherwise, you're not going to get better if you just roll over every single time you're down 25 or whatever. Like,
yep. Yeah, nice LeBron flop here. Calling the foul on Chet.
J-Dub had a nice little 3-pointer.
Yep.
He's always going to get his.
J-Dub's rising, man. He's starting to become the man here. Got LeBron flopping.
That is a flop. Come on.
Flop rule in the NBA. Remember when they said they were going to do that? Looks like they hit another 3-point shot. Let's see here. Finney Smith in it with a hand in his face.
Really want me to believe that Chet Holmgren is knocking down freaking LeBron James. Come on. LeBron's smart for that. He just stood there and took it, but
I'd like to point something out, ladies and gentlemen. While the Lakers are going on this run after we were cutting the lead, guess who's in at the same time? 2 bigs.
Yeah. Hartenstein can't get out fast enough on the corner shooters.
Nope.
It's going to destroy us every time. Unfortunately, we've been preaching this, but
Shea knocked down. Damn, we're down that much right now?
Dude, it's like that one meme. I forgot who it was. It was like Chris Paul hits the big 3, only down 39 or whatever. Yeah. That's how it feels right now. It's like even if we make a 3, it's like, oh man, what did we cut the lead down to? It's a little bit more
Luka's
intensity.
bodying to the rim.
It's a little bit more intensity right now. We got nice little Shea 3. J-Dub made a shot.
Lakers back to zone here with the double big out.
Yeah.
J-Dub's got to take that matchup every time. Drives right past Reeves. Why we had to start the game like this, man? Blame it on the coaching. I really do. It's an offensive foul on Finney-Smith, goddammit.
It's a tough life being a Thunder fan.
All right, let's close this half out with a Shea bucket. Pull up jumper, put Reeves on his butt. There you go. All right.
We'll recoup this as long as we bring our.
Here's what's going to happen. They're going to come out of halftime, 10-0 run. We got ourselves a game. 10-0 run cuts it to 12-point lead. Christ. Oh, man.
That's what we need. I mean, we're a second half team, so let's see how the Lakers.
At halftime, Luka 22-5, Reeves 15. That can't happen, boys. Can't happen.
That was a tough pull up by Shayon Reeves. 78-56. What is that?
That's hell. Hell. That is, go to the stats. What are they shooting from 3? That's what it is.
Oh, man. I got you. Let's all check this out. Halftime. We got Rui with 5, LeBron with 9, Hayes with 5, Luka 22, Reeves 15. We got Dorian Finney-Smith with 9, Gabe Vincent with 9. They're shooting 70% right now.
70% from 3.
And they've shot 8 free throws already, which isn't horrible. No,
it's not bad.
So, I mean, I'm proud of us for getting to the line. From a stocks perspective, we're at 6. They're not getting much from a defensive standpoint. They're just hitting their shots. That's what it comes down to, is just the defense on our end.
I would enjoy if Mark made some adjustments at half here and maybe goes with Wiggins or Kaysen. Probably Kaysen to start the second half.
I mean, considering we're down, I wouldn't mind a real small ball lineup, like true small ball lineup. I wouldn't even mind J-Dub at the 5 right now. So, like J-Dub, Kaysen, Wiggins, Shea, Caruso or something. Like, we just need a lot of 3-point looks, offensive generation right now. Like, I truly believe that can still work for us, because they don't really have anyone that's like towering over our defense, and we have enough guys that can roll back into the paint, stop them. So
I'm gonna just add a surprise guest for this halftime. Big Thunder fan, actually runs the TikTok account for the Bring the Thunder podcast. Sending him the invite right now. My younger brother. He just called me. He's going nuts. Give me 1 second.
Sweet. Yeah. If you guys want to join, just shoot us a DM on X, on IG. We'll bring you guys up if you guys want to live react with us, especially for post games. Maybe not so much for the live games, but we definitely have post game availability. You just got to let us know kind of ahead of time, and we can get you the link. We love interacting with the fans. Any comments, whatever you guys want to leave for us, please do.
Yeah. Wow, man, what a half here.
Yeah, I mean, what first quarter was 42-32, which isn't horrible, down 10. This second quarter, 36-22. Something I will mention about Luka Doncic, he's a really good player in the first 2 quarters. His game kind of levels out a little bit as the game goes on from a points perspective. So that should help us out a little bit just from like a historical
Listen,
standpoint.
they're gonna slow down. They're shooting 70% because they're on fire, but another reason is we have two bigs in and we can't guard corner threes with two bigs in or wing threes. That being said, Luka and Reeves did make a bunch of tough threes. That last three by Finney-Smith had a hand in his face.
Yeah.
Shay's looking lazy on defense, though. I can't lie.
Can you put a quick call into Mark Dagnall at halftime? And
Yeah. 1 second. Sorry.
yeah, let him know.
I got you.
Here, I'll play a quick.
I'm on the phone with him right now, actually. I'm calling him right now.
Go ahead.
Mark, coach, listen. I need you to get rid of that double big lineup ASAP because it's trash. They're shooting 70% from three. One, because they're shooting, and two, because you got two bigs chasing around forwards. It's not going to work. Thank you, coach.
Perfect.
I actually just called my friend and who's a Laker fan, and he was actually talking back to me, but I just hung up on him. All right, here he is. We got my younger brother, Sonny.
What's up?
Sonny, talk your stuff, Sonny.
All right, listen.
We got over 100 people watching.
Listen to this. Gabe Vincent is never doing this in any other game. He's never going to do that. He is not that good. He's just not.
I understand that, but we thought PJ wasn't going to do it last year, and he continued to do it.
I know, but you don't get it. PJ Washington has at least proved a little bit of something. Gabe Vincent almost got benched for Bronny James. It's just Gabe Vincent is not that good. He's not.
All right, what about OKC? What are they doing wrong?
Listen, I think we need to be way more aggressive on defense, and I think Shea is just he's not getting to the line as much. Honestly, I think that could be a big part of it. But also, I feel like he's not even playing that bad. I think we need to grab a little bit more rebounds, and I think we just need to play way more aggressive.
What are your thoughts on the double big lineup, which Hartenstein and Chet?
Listen, I like it, but if it's not working, why are we doing it? Like it doesn't seem like it's working.
There it is. That's a great. Maybe Satbeer could try to answer that question. That's an amazing question.
They're
largely either. Who do you think if we were to keep only one of them in the lineup, would you keep Chet or Hartenstein?
It's easy for me. I've been saying this from day one. You start with Chet every single time. He's the second overall pick. He has an elite baseline from what we know he's going to generate from an offensive and defensive standpoint. Hartenstein can't space the floor like Chet can. And the same thing from the defensive side. He gets a lot of blocks, like help defense in general. He just more mobile. He does everything kind of that Hartenstein can provide, just at a better scale. So Chet's kind of the easy answer for me. Not saying, Hartenstein's bad, but he's more of a guy that hits those floaters. He can really rim contest, but he's not getting blocks like that. Like, I'm not expecting him to do a chase down block or just in general get blocks off of his rim contest. He's just there to kind of provide a big body, and he'll get blocks every once in a while. But Chet's intuition when it comes from like a defensive scheme standpoint, like he can actually alter rim shots, and like that's pretty much what he's there for, is altering, anyone going to the basket. Like they're a lot more scared of him underneath the basket than they would be of Hartenstein. They'll go straight into Hartenstein's chest and still get.
It's a very, easy answer for me. Let two guys run things at a time. Start with SGA, J-Dub, and Chet. Second line, J-Dub, Hartenstein, the rest. It's that easy. It's that easy because Shay's going to play the whole first quarter. So let J-Dub and Hartenstein run the offense in the second quarter beginning. I mean, it worked. It was working. We had the second lineup out, and we cut the lead. Yeah. But then he went right back to that dumb, let me calm down, lineup, and we are getting killed from three. We're getting killed on defense because we got a 7'2" center run around like Scooby-Doo. You can't have that. And I think it's moronic. I think it's a stupid coaching decision. I've been saying it all damn year, and he better watch himself in this playoffs because if he's making those decisions with this talent, this much talent on a team, I'm not going to say it, but crazy.
Yeah. I
Say,
don't mind.
fill in for me. I'm going to take a 2-minute break.
All right.
Yeah. I don't mind, I guess, experimenting and stuff, but when the experiment starts to fail, like
I feel like we had to just put it out there for a few games just to see how it would feel. But I also feel like Hardenstein coming off the bench in the playoff, his energy, it would just help us so much more. So much more. Because think about it, having both of them on the court at the same time is obviously not working. And think about it, if Dagnall ends up taking them both out, we're gonna have to put Jay Will in at the center when we could put Hardenstein there. I think our defense is what we are very strong with, but I just think we need to I think we care too much about the paint. We need to get out on the three balls a little more. I feel like that's our big issue right now, and I feel like that's what our halftime adjustment is going to be. It's going to be preventing the three ball and letting them get a little more inside in the paint. I think that's what we're going to need to do to win, and we're going to have to play way more aggressive on offense. Way more aggressive.
I will say from a strategic standpoint, if the Lakers get the 3 seed, I believe we won't see him on our side of the bracket. I'll have to look that up exactly. So
yeah, what seed are they right now?
They're the 3 seed currently.
They are, okay.
Yeah.
And as of right now, who are we playing in the 8 seed?
I mean, right now, I believe it was last time I looked at it was the Grizzlies, but I can look at it real quick.
Yeah, but isn't like 3 through 8 like one game behind on like everything?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So right now it's the Grizzlies, but we can't really predict who it's going to be with only this amount of games left.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I mean, honestly, we really should be able to beat any team in the Western Conference. We've been doing it all year. I think we are. Like, think about it. We clinched the 1 seed about a few games ago. It's like I just feel like any matchup we face should not be as hard as we think for us. I think we are a very, very good team, and I think this is our year. Honestly, I think we just need to. Dagnall needs to figure out the lineups, rotations, maybe give Caruso a little bit more minutes in the playoffs. I mean, I feel like that's definitely what we're gonna have to do.
Yeah. I guess the other thing that we can mention is like, I'm still not gonna overreact, like I mentioned, to this game. Like,
yeah,
no way. We've had too much of a sample size of what this team is and can be, and this is a 1 game situation. When it comes to a series, you're able to make more adjustments in a series.
Yeah.
So, if something's not working, we don't have to run with it the next game. So it's not something that I'm too.
I agree. I think a lot of people are going to try to make a big deal out of this game, especially of us coming off of a loss of the Rockets. I think that people are going to try to make it a big game just because we're playing Luka again, and we have not had that much success against Luka. I just think people are going to make a very big deal of this game.
Yeah. I think the narrative around the game, that's just what it is. It's a narrative-led NBA, and that's part of the fun of the NBA. Like, I don't mind narratives being out there, whatever. Like, that's what the NBA is about. It's, half of it is the drama, half of it is the actual on-court, stats and everything else. So it's a good mix. I think it adds for a great storyline, even for us. If we can be a 1st seed going against whatever our 8 matchup is, and they think of us more as an underdog than anything, I'll take it today.
Yeah, I think right now we only have a few games left in the season. We already clinched the 1 seed. I think we need to start. I think Dagnall needs to really start thinking about how we are going to do the rotation, and maybe we will in the first game of the first series, whoever we play, we will see Hardenstein and Chet on that floor together. Maybe we will.
I'm starting to think, I just popped 2 ibuprofen because the head was hurting from that first half, but I've calmed down. I'm starting to think that we're not showing our best lineups right now because this is definitely a matchup that is probable for us, a second round matchup or a Western Conference Finals matchup. So, not show everything. don't maybe start with the double big, but we don't in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think our big man depth is definitely better than theirs. Like Jackson Hayes is really not all that. And honestly, I think if we do spread Chet and Hartenstein in 2 different rotations, I think it could be a huge problem for them. I think it really can.
Absolutely. To all of our, what do we got? 150 viewers right now on Twitter and YouTube. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, watching this game with us. Leave some comments. We want to hear from you guys. It's been a rough game. Want to hear what's going on in your guys' head. We got Joseph saying no effort today. Yeah, absolutely no effort. The other game as well in Houston. I agree. But we want to hear from you guys. It's getting hard for me to contain myself here while we're down by 22 to this team.
Yeah, if you're in the X chat, you can just type in the chat there. It'll still pop up for us in our community chat that we have. So no worries there. Don't feel like we're going to ignore any comments from you guys.
We will pop up every single one. And also, this is a really good time while we're still in halftime to mention if you are enjoying our content or you're a first-time viewer, we are live for the game, but we always do post-game live discussions, and they're all posted on YouTube. We also do weekly episodes on YouTube. Most recently, we did a March Madness bracket of best Thunder moments in history of OKC Thunder. So go check that out. And if you're enjoying it, leave a subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate that. We're also on Spotify, Instagram, obviously X and YouTube, Facebook, all at Bring the Thunder Podcast. Twitter is at BTT podcast _. But appreciate all of you for being here right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, let's get back to some of these stats here. We are losing the rebound battle a little bit. Total turnovers, we had 2, so we're doing fine there. It's just the shot making. This game, the previous game. Joe, I think you were the first one to kind of mention the lack of defense maybe a month ago, where we kind of started to drop off on that side. From a statistical standpoint, like it's hard to gauge how our defense is doing because against really poor teams, the differentials between defense and offense and just in general, the stats is always a little skewed. So you can't trust the stats. You have to trust your eyes. And I know that's pretty tough to do in balance, but we definitely have seen from an overall effort and concentration and just game to game, we've noticed like, hey, we're not able to stop these offenses as much as we were in, the start of before the All-Star break. Post All-Star break, we've had many lapses of, games like that. And honestly, that's just a testament to post All-Star break. Like every team's just going to play harder. They're seeding on the line, things like that. So we've got to have that same level of intensity. And it's really tough to do when you're this far ahead in the West. A young team.
Would like to
I understand.
Say, shout out Garrett Thundor Haviland, Thundor Supreme. Just saw him with his kid behind Luka. Luka, first play of the half, got to the line, split a pair, had Hartenstein on him again. We started off the second half with the double big, so my phone call to coach didn't work out. We're already losing the quarter 1-0. We'll see if we can make a run or not. But we got Hartenstein sitting at the 3-point line at the moment with Austin Reeves on him, looking like a terrible, terrible coaching day for Mark Daigneault.
The other thing I hate right now is having Hartenstein on the same side as Shea because he's not able to space. So the floor spacing is really off because Shea wants to go to the rack, and then Hartenstein isn't able to, hit 3. So he's cutting to the basket at the same time, bringing his defender with him, which makes Shea just only into a primary jump shooter. And that's not what we want because that's not his.
I gotta talk to this chat here. Everybody here. Shea is absolutely cooking Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
We gotta riot. we have to riot and get this double big lineup off the damn floor. It is blocking every driving hole, every way to the rim, and he is cooking him. Chet just fouled Jackson Hayes on a sky hook looking like he was Kareem. Oh, my Lord. But we need to get this lineup off the floor. That's not a foul. Coach, you need to challenge that now. And he's not challenging it. Awful day from Coach Dagnall. This is embarrassing.
Hayes misses the first.
I'm watching this game, knowing we are the better team. You could see it. But when you have two bigs in the paint with Dort, who's not a great shooter at the moment, you're clogging every lane for the best driver in the world, and he still has 20 points. Wake up, Coach. Wake up. Hayes missed 2.
Yeah, if he had a little bit more spacing, he could be up to 35 by now.
Yeah.
So
he's getting triple teamed around the freaking free throw line.
I honestly just think anytime Shea, like for example, the few plays before when he scored on Austin Reeves, I think anytime he is on the left or right side in the ISO, it's going to work out for him every single time. And I think the spacing is just the biggest problem right now. That really is what it is.
Yeah. We can't have Dort and Hartenstein on the side that Shea is trying to operate in. We need to have it should be J-Dub and Chet. Chet should be the screener with Shea in these scenarios for pick and pop situations, whatever.
Offensive foul. Thank you.
There we go. We'll take that. Dort's always, Dort looks like a little hampered.
He'll get up.
I think what we need right now is a little bit of energy on the court. I think
we need some spacing and some damn energy.
Yeah.
We need Satvir at the 1. I'll play the 2.
Hey man,
Sonny, you could go.
Yeah, me in the game.
I'll play the 5.
Nah, I'm more of a water boy at max.
So that works. We got to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Our team doesn't look hydrated enough today.
Yeah. I'll make sure everyone's on point.
I'm really getting I'm hoping that this is not the lineup where we got Kaysen in for Chet right away. Don't know if I love that, but Luke Dort just hits a rainbow rim in 3.
Dort's starting to pick it up a little bit.
Yeah, I prefer this lineup.
This lineup's great. Just one big, get Kaysen in the game. I'd prefer it to be Chet because Hartenstein just got blew by, but
yeah, obviously we'd prefer more Chet minutes, but Hartenstein's not gonna, be poor for us because he can still space out. Like if he ends up as a screener, there's still 4 people outside spacing compared to if Chet and him are both on the floor, then there's only 3 people on the spacing. So it still works when it's one or the other. It doesn't work with both.
Chet didn't pick up a foul. Oh yeah, he did pick up a foul.
Yeah, the fouls are the other thing that's killer for Chet is we need him on the court, and if he's having to guard guys on the perimeter driving in, he's naturally just going to get calls called out.
What is this, bro? We're switching every screen with Hartenstein guarding Doncic. We're lucky he passed it away there. Yeah. Fight over the screens, boys.
Shea is just
There we go, Shea.
Yeah, there we go. He's the best. Look at that spacing. He got to the middle of the freaking paint and laid it in.
We're doing the play-by-play on the playbook.
Yeah, we are. We literally are.
I just don't know why we keep switching.
Ooh, that's a tough
finish.
Tough finish right there.
Call the goaltender, man. And of course.
That's a block for sure.
Yeah, that's a block.
Reeves wide open.
Oh, thank goodness. They need to start getting back closer to Earth. They've been on Mars with this freaking
shooting.
Damn, Shea is so good, man. He is so good.
Look at that. Spin move and 1.
Yeah, he's getting in his bag in the second half. He's not going out.
We got to cut this lead to 10 by the end of the third quarter. That's the only way we got a chance here. But it looks like we can't guard them on defense. LeBron's throwing elbows out a little bit, get a little physical. Jackson Hayes to the cup. Love if Chet would have been under the rim there, but not on the floor.
He's too busy picking up
fouls on the 3-point line, right?
Man, the other thing that really hurts us in this situation is I just saw Jay Will's in street clothes right now. He'd be great to
He
just
would
have
be great.
minutes for spacing because he can at least space out to the three. He can hit, 2 or 3 shots in a game like this. It'd be cool to have him right now, but I guess that's the problem with Hartenstein. I actually prefer Hartenstein minutes without Shea from like a rim standpoint, like just getting to the basket. I wouldn't honestly mind if Kenrich came in and we just went full small ball. Like I said, to start out the second quarter anyways.
I also feel like I haven't really seen Aaron Wiggins as much today.
Yeah, he's still
getting back into it after injury and the sickness. It's been a little rough time for him.
I think this is the time where we really need to just let everyone get healthy, let everything happen, just get ready for playoffs. It's so close, man. It's so close.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is the main number one thing for us is healthy for the playoffs. Also, I noticed I don't have the play-by-play up. My apologies, guys. Let me get that back for us.
Gatekeeping.
Yeah, I'm over gatekeeping.
Cut this lead to 10 by the end of the third. We got ourselves a game. Spacing on offense is definitely there. Offense starting to roll a little bit. Can't stop them on defense. Gotta lock in. They're gonna finish with 100 points before the end of the third.
If
we need one of those OKC runs, man. We really do.
We just need a defensive run here.
Yeah, we really haven't had a run all game.
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I see the guys right now. They're locking in on the playbook. Mark's switching them up. After this timeout, I can see them picking up the intensity already in general. So
I got to know that double big lineup compared to when it got taken out. I think we got to be up at least 6 points since Chet left the floor.
It's crazy how noticeable it is. And it's like it's harder to notice things, by the way, when you're in the stadium live watching the game.
Right.
That's why I feel like in the NFL, there's something really unique about those guys that are high up in the stands, like the offensive and defensive coordinators. I feel like I wish they did that in the NBA a little bit more, where they had 1 or 2 guys sitting up kind of further away from the action or just like watching in a different room or something to give a different perspective on what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the schedule here.
Say it again.
Oh, they're taking a look at the remaining schedule. We got Lakers, Suns, Jazz, Pelicans. End on a 3-game road trip. Like to see.
Yeah, we only have 4 games.
Rest there.
4 games to end out the season. This is crazy. Best Thunder season still, no matter how this game goes.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We're taking something away from this, boys.
No, we're gonna go on a run here, and we're gonna make this a game. Believe that.
Oh yeah.
Got Shea, Kaysen, Dub, Dort, Hartenstein.
All right, Hartenstein. There we go.
Oh man. Oh, there we go. We'll take that.
Lucky we didn't get a foul call on him right there.
Yeah, that was a foul call for sure. But we got away with that one.
We'll take it.
Oh yeah.
Let's lock in on some defense here, huh?
I love this lineup right here. Kaysen on the perimeter with Dort. I mean, that's like a 1-for-1 trade. Like you're not having. Oh, there we go.
There we go, Shea.
Let's go, Shea.
There we go. Get some effort.
There we go, baby. Oh yeah, cook him. There we go.
Oh my God, he missed it.
He's looking for the foul. He missed the layup.
He blew the layup.
How is that not a foul?
Shea all the way. Hey, that's a foul.
Oh my God!
That is 100% a foul.
He absolutely got obliterated.
Oh my God!
That is terrible.
Reeves.
That is terrible.
Come on, yo. That's a run killer right there. I need Coach Mark to pick up a technical for that one.
Yeah.
Pick up a T on that one. Coach.
That is not.
Look at him. He got drilled.
Oh my God.
We gotta get teed up. Someone's gotta say something there, man.
It should be honestly Shea on that one, because like if I got destroyed like that going to the rack, yeah. Oh yeah.
My God, man.
Yeah. As soon as we get hyped and we start,
it's just Laker BS, bro. It's what it is. We
soon
have
as we
we
get
have Minnesota Timberwolves accounts pleading that Luke is more of a foul baiter than Shea. Can you believe that? The Timberwolves hate Shea. And they got, oh man, he just got drilled, bro.
It's tough, man. Tough. Shea's still going to get his 30 points or whatever, but
Fat.
Yeah, but it's just
Fucking fat.
at what cost? At what cost? Come on.
What's the language barrier here on a YouTube live? Can't be cursing, right?
Yeah, no. I was going to mention that to you earlier.
Try not to.
Yeah. Just for long term.
Yeah.
come on, man.
There we go, Shea. Come on. Honestly, I don't even care if Fred gets fouled out at this point. He needs to play the rest of the game. Like, it's all good, dude. Like, we got to live with it.
What are we challenging here? That's off us.
That's off us. Please don't challenge that. I can see that from here. Please don't challenge that. No, don't challenge.
I think they did. No, they didn't. We're good.
No, he didn't. There we go. Thank God. I'm glad we didn't challenge that one. Oh, yeah. Take that steal. Oh, that was close. Close by Shea.
Damn, bro.
It's a tough shot.
Yeah,
Tough shot.
That's a tough one.
Luka Doncic for you.
Yeah. It's a, 23-point game right now?
Yeah, I don't know. This is.
Like I said, you got to get it to at least 12 now. By the end of the
Yeah,
game.
I feel like if they keep a 20-point lead going into the fourth, I don't know. I don't think.
No, not come back from that.
Yeah. This is the lineup that I was talking about, by the way, that I wanted to see if Chet's out.
Right.
I prefer not having Hartenstein in and having the 5 guys that can space the
Run
floor.
the small ball. Absolutely. It worked in the second quarter.
It worked
Cut it down.
throughout the season. We didn't have Chet and Hart for a lot of games.
Yeah, throwback to the Cleveland game. We blew them out. J-Dub, you got to go up strong there, man. I don't know what we're doing.
I'm telling you, his angle is straight and a little to the side. It needs to be pointed towards the basket.
Yep.
I've been
Come
saying
on,
this
fight for the rebound. Good.
too long. There we go. Get that board. We'll take that. There we go, baby.
That's Laker ball. That's Laker ball.
No, it's not. It's off his foot.
Nope, we'll take it. All
All right, let's cut this. Come on. Just
I'm starting to notice here. Maybe it's a matchup thing for Mark, but Isaiah Joe came in the game, knocked down a 3. I haven't seen it since. There we go. Starting to get some foul calls here.
And how many times has Shea been to the line this game?
Not many.
Yeah, I realized.
I can
Once or twice.
Come on, man. It's just lazy at this point. Come on.
Jada's been to the line 5 times or 6 times, and Shea hasn't even touched the line.
Shea's exhausted already.
Yeah, I could tell.
It's one thing I'm noticing. He's not durable. Not sure why. Probably because he sits out most third quarters, but
That is ridiculous.
There's no way.
I know.
There's no way. There's
what
no
is-
way.
What
Fat
is
boy.
that?
Hilarious.
Fat boy.
Damn.
Goodness. That's a crazy.
It's just every time we start something, it never started. It just ends.
It's not gonna happen today. Started too slow.
Yeah.
Again.
We have them tomorrow as well, right?
I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a nice day of reflection.
We're not gonna see this Lakers team again, I don't think.
Yeah. Do we think that AJ Mitchell is going to get minutes in the playoffs?
That's a Savia question.
Yeah, he'll get like 8 to 10 minutes in the playoffs.
I feel like he did very good in some games where he got over 25 minutes. I really think he's good. I like him.
Yeah, no, he's good, but you can't trust a rookie.
Yeah.
We got Chet back on the floor with Isaiah Joe.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm cool
Yeah.
with both of them on there. Crusoe's out there. I'm loving the lineup.
It's not working.
We got to get these boards.
Got a foul on Caruso.
I know, but
Lakers going to the line.
All right, this is so tough to watch, man. Oh my gosh. It's all because the first 2 quarters like destroyed us.
Yep.
In the third, every time we try to build momentum, the lead is so like daunting.
You're blown out at home. Not a good look. Not very confident. As I was a few weeks ago.
The one thing I'm really happy about that I mentioned was I did not want these starters to sit or like any of the main guys. Like
Right.
I don't want us to throw in the towel, even in the fourth. I want these boys to play this game out because they better. Because if you're gonna play back to back like this, like I'm not worried about your rest at that point. Like you need to experience this, especially when you're young like that.
Shout out to everybody who's watching along with us. We got 150 somewhat viewers at the moment.
Yeah, Joseph dropped a quick comment saying it's embarrassing.
Super embarrassing, Joe. Super embarrassing.
I can see the look on the guy's face every time they go to the bench. They're definitely feeling it themselves. So it's really hard to be, that critical of guys like this. But like, honestly, it's okay. I don't mind us experiencing this, especially against the Lakers. The national media will destroy these guys, and we know who these guys are, like the type of talent that we have on this team. So
one game don't mean nothing. It is super embarrassing.
I'm not that nervous right now. I'm really not.
Yeah. I still don't think we'll lose a 7-game series to Western Conference teams, but
no, the only thing that we need is coach needs to figure out his game plan, and I'm banking on him just not throwing out the right game plan today. I don't think he wants to show it.
Agreed.
Also, we had that one stretch where Shea had like a long rest in the second quarter.
Yeah,
that was really confusing because with the other teams going on a run, like obviously in a playoff game or a more high leverage game, there's no way Shea's sitting that long. Like maybe 3 minutes. I think he sat like almost 6 minutes or something.
Yeah, I mean this is a playoff game for Los Angeles. They're fighting for their spot. This is just not for us. It's clear as day, but it's annoying as hell. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, nothing you can do, man.
You could crap on us all you want tomorrow, tonight. We'll be seeing you in the playoffs. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially if the Lakers end up like a 3 seed.
They end up a 4. We see them in the second round.
Yeah, I'm looking at the seeding before the game started. Yeah, they'd be playing the Timberwolves. Good luck getting past them. Truthfully.
Yeah, man. I don't really care. I mean, I care, but whatever.
Yeah, it obviously is not. It doesn't look great right now, but I feel like we can really see it the next time we play them, and if there is a difference in the lineups and maybe a difference in the scoring, maybe we'll be a little more comfortable with that. But I just feel like if this happens again against them, it could be a little bit of a problem.
Yes.
Shea's up to 71 20-plus point games. He's getting closer and closer to the Wilt record. Obviously, he's not going to break it this season because I believe Wilt's had 80 in a row.
Yeah.
80 out of 82. That's extremely tough to do, but still 71. And if he plays out the rest of
This
these couple
is
games,
the
he'll have.
spot where I'm looking for Aaron Wiggins could be great in this matchup, man.
Yeah, he's still ramping up, so he's a lot of the offense off the bench. But I love the lineup that's out right now. Like this can be a really good run right here. This is our best style of basketball. 5-out spacing.
Good shot, Shea. Good shot.
Yep. This is exactly what we need right here. 5-out spacing. If Shea's on the court, I'm going to start pushing the agenda that Hartenstein and Shea need to have minutes distributed. I feel like Hartenstein's better with J-Dub to create him enough space to get to the lane.
Yep.
So,
yep.
And I'm glad J-Dub's not on the court right now. So hopefully we stagger his minutes.
Yeah.
With Shea's, if Shea needs a rest. But
starting to miss some threes.
Yep. Shea all the way to the rack. Kick out. That's all right. The play was the right play.
Gotta cut this, man. You got 2 minutes to cut this.
Yeah. Even a 20-point game, just cut it down. Cut it down little by little. That's what you have to do. There we go. Get it to Caruso.
I need a bucket here, Shea.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Switch Vando onto him. He likes that matchup. Pull up 3. A little short.
I'm not loving the settling in this quarter.
Yeah. I also don't mind that being a 3-point shot because you're not going to cut a lead without a bunch of shots off the 3.
We got Chet on LeBron on the perimeter.
Good dig. Jose Joe.
We got to live with that.
Kick out to Shea. Shea at the top. Bang.
There we go, baby.
Good shot.
There we go.
See, that's what we need. We have not been moving the ball as well as the Lakers have been today. I feel like that's something that we do very good. Also, we like to move the ball around. I just feel like we have not seen a lot of that today.
Yep. Come on, let's cut this lead to like 16. Let's run.
There we go.
We got Caruso on Luka. Oh, steal by Caruso. He's driving. He's gonna lay it up.
There you go.
There we go. Nice little layup.
Caruso laying it up.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And the Lakers hit a 3. Well, that'll be all, folks. That's game. They won't stop. They won't stop making threes.
That's not a trip off.
It's just.
Because it's LeBron.
How many triples have they made today?
80.
How is that not a trip though?
And they hit another 3. This game's over, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, if you're a Thunder fan, do not tune in for the national media, please, for your sanity and ours, because we don't want you guys regurgitating Shannon Sharp takes in our comment section.
Dude, Gabe Vincent is not that good, man. Is that his 4th of the night?
More, I think. 5, maybe.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
literally no one is on Chet. Good shot, Chet. Good shot. No one's guarding him. I just don't think letting up 100 points. It's just 100 points in 3 quarters. It's just we can't do that.
Our last little stop right here.
Oh my, yeah. It's over.
Got Chet on LeBron. LeBron chucks up a Hail Mary and it goes down.
Damn.
Well, I mean, listen, they couldn't miss today.
No, they couldn't.
Here,
that's the first thing. That is the first thing I realized.
Let's look at this box score real quick going into the 4th. Rui with 5. He's been pretty silent. LeBron with 13. That's cool. He hasn't gotten to the free throw line, which is great for us.
Yeah.
He's 7 expected. He's not much more than that. Luka with 28. Kind of interesting that
5 threes.
Reeves we still held to only 20 so far.
I thought Dort was going to be on Luka for majority of the game.
Yeah, but their others are what's killing us this game. Finney Smith with 14.
That just does not happen against any other team. It just doesn't.
Gabe Vincent 4 for 7, 12 points.
It's
12
just
points. even trash Jordan got 2 points in this one. So
what's
He
next? We're
banked
gonna
one
see
and off
Bronny.
the
We're gonna
field.
see Bronny James come in with 2 minutes and drain 3 threes on us.
Probably.
And then on our side, we got Chet with 10, J-Dub with only 10 points. Between
2
them,
for 11. 2 for 11 today.
How many rebounds does Chet have today?
he's up to only 2 rebounds.
Yeah,
Two
that's just
rebounds
not.
because he's sitting on the perimeter.
It's just not it.
Hartenstein has a very mediocre game for his standards. Honestly, usually pretty good. Only 8 points, 6 rebounds.
He hasn't missed it. Isn't he 4 for 4 though? Right?
Yep.
Yeah, he's 4 for 4, but he doesn't look the same from a defensive standpoint. He's getting, not the best looks, and also he's got 0 assists. I feel like from him being a hub, I haven't seen him get his assists off.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him at 8, 6, and 6, but if you're at 8, 6, and 0, then it's pretty tough. And if you're not providing on the defensive side, Shea here with 12 of 23, 2 for 5 on the 3-point, 9 assists, which is great, 26 points. He'll probably end up with a double-double if he comes back in the fourth.
Yeah, if they play him.
Yeah, I doubt any of these guys come back.
Yeah.
The way it's looking, we didn't cut the lead enough for
No, that's not.
in 3 quarters.
Lakers made 18 threes.
Dort did not have a horrible game. His plus minus looks worse than it is. Let's see. Kenrich, 0 points. 0 for 2. Caruso, 1 for 4 from
Looking like we got J-Dub, Aaron Wiggins, Caruso, Chet, and Kaysen.
Yeah. The output from the bench is not enough. It's only 14 points, and I believe Dorian Finney himself has 14. So that's kind of the difference in this one, along with the 2 other co-stars not coming in and doing what.
J-Dub's back in the game.
2 for 11.
I expected J-Dub to kind of start it off as the second guy. I wouldn't mind Chet going out and having Hart come back.
Caruso missing the layup. Just
wide open layup, Caruso.
Yeah, yes.
Breathe.
Got LeBron in the post.
This is the first time we go live for a game, and
LeBron's knocking down everything.
Yeah, they're owning the moment. There we go. Kaysen should have started, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Caliber player, in this league, he should not be on a bench.
Look at this defense, bro. Just all the way up the floor.
Yeah, he's not a bench
all
level
the way
guy.
up the floor. No.
What he provides on both ends, there's no way he's on the bench.
All right, here we go. Wiggins is in the game. Rebound.
We got to
take it out for J-Dub. J-Dub's going to drive. Fouled.
We'll take that. Jeez.
I like to see the aggressive J-Dub.
Yeah. I'm glad he's been aggressive all game. I think it would have been more worrisome if he didn't come out like this, because there's games where, he's not aggressive, and I'd prefer this than us to go out not shooting, shooting the rock. So.
Mike is in the chat right now saying we run this league. Good game, though.
Yeah, there we go. Well, we're gonna keep this comment up.
I'd like to speak to Mike or Micah. Lakers tied a franchise record for threes in 1/2 today. That is what happened today.
I think I said this. I've been sticking to my guns on this. The losses that we have are always to historic shooting.
Sorry, Safier. That right there is what I absolutely despise. Why is our best player, why is our MVP down by 24 points laughing on the bench? Why is that a thing? Why is that a thing?
It's just his personality. It's not
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Defense is starting to look a little more promising.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Lakers aren't going to hit 90% of their threes the whole game.
J-Dub and Caruso are just playing.
The league's changed, man. We can't have that expectation of these newer guys to, I know what you're expecting, but
Good bucket, J-Dub. Dude, J-Dub, when J-Dub gets hot, it's just not good for the other team. It's just not.
yeah.
He's
Could have
electric.
had this all game. Could have had this all
He is an
game
electric
long.
player.
Are you watching on your phone, by the way?
Me?
No, Joe.
No.
Okay.
Watching on TV. I'm watching our Twitter stream.
Okay.
So
Cool. Well, the comments pop up on here, by the way. So
I'm getting off the Twitter stream.
yeah.
Well, actually, I was kind of on it to see the viewers as well.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
We are
I
up
only see 95 on my end, but you've been saying larger numbers, so we'll stick with those.
Yeah. Is this a combined? We're just seeing the YouTube viewers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Welcome to the 95 YouTube viewers watching us absolutely get walked down right now.
Got 182 total.
Geez, that's awesome.
Yeah.
105.83. J-Dub's, trying his best right now. I definitely don't mind that. Like he's shooting it.
Yeah.
He's getting to the line, which is great to see. Shea has not still gotten to the line. He's played 30 minutes for back-to-back games. This is where it's gonna, I'm gonna let the anger out a little bit more. Is how the heck are you not getting to the line, dude? And that's directly correlated to the double big lineup because he can't get the dang spacing that he needs. It's actually annoying now. Like we're this far into the game. It took until the third quarter of the Houston Rockets game until he got his first set of free throws, and he only shot one set of free throws that whole game too.
When do we start to blame that on coaching, man?
Well, it's back to back. One thing is coaching. The other thing is him not going to the rack enough. Like stop settling for the step back jumper threes, whatever. Yeah. We know you can make those. You can make the mid range. I want you to force the action towards the basket. Get some calls. Make some calls happen. You're good enough. He's athletic enough to make calls happen. We saw there's a couple times, he should have gotten calls, but still, like, even if you're not getting them, keep going. I don't want him to stop.
Yeah, speaking on this, Mike is back in the chat saying must be hard to win without all those SGA free throws.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
It is hard when you're bottom 5 as a team in free throw shooting. It is difficult when you're not getting your best player to the line. Like, that's one of the keys. You can't win as a Thunder team when he's not getting to the line. Yeah, you can attribute that and say he's a free throw merchant, but he's 200th in overall free throws, under 9 attempts per game in league history. So the narrative is false, obviously. Like, I don't have to sit here and, speak on that too much. But yeah, it's going to be hard to win without him getting to the line, getting to the basket mainly. It's more of an indicator that he's not going to the basket enough if he's not going to the line.
Yeah, we analyze basketball with a real mindset and not some clown show mindset. If your star player is getting less than 6 free throws, it's probably going to be hard to win.
I understand that, but it's also going to be hard to win when the other team cannot miss.
Right. It's a bad
and honestly,
game.
I don't even think it's the lack of defense we are playing. I think they are really just making every single shot.
Yeah, it's a rough day. Here's LeBron with another turnaround fade.
No good. Rebound A-Wig.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
God.
Oh, no.
Damn.
Ooh, LeBron, that looked old, LeBron.
Yeah, that did.
That looked old. There was no oomph in that.
No. Gonna kick it down the court.
There
Kaysen
we go.
with a nice layup.
Great bucket by Kaysen.
Dude, I just think Aaron Wiggins and Kaysen.
They're trying to waste clock. They're trying to waste clock in a 107-85 game. Like, what kind of dude? All right, that's some. I'm not even gonna.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing I've seen. Probably all.
Another steal from J-Dub.
There we go, J-Dub. Get that foul.
Slam it down. Cuts to lead the 20.
There we go, baby.
I see some light.
We still got 8 minutes left in this game. Shea is yet to go to the table yet, but maybe it's better right now.
Bring Shea back into the dang game, man.
Yeah, be respectable to yourself, man.
Isaiah Joe.
Isaiah Joe and LeBron is not the matchup we
It's
need.
not the matchup.
Rui
Rui in the corner, and yep, there it goes.
Every time we cut it down to 20.
Just like I said.
I don't know how you leave one of their better shooters wide open in the corner.
Damn. Yeah, Rui really has been quiet all night also. J-Dub saves it. Jason has it. Driving.
You know what, Hartenstein? Just pull a 3.
Honestly. Oh, no.
Aaron Wiggins with the drive. No good.
Oh,
And it's going to be Thunderball. They don't know.
it's 50-50. They're going to go Laker ball every
They don't
time.
know.
It's Laker ball every time if it's 50-50.
All right, let's see who it's actually off of. Hartenstein. It is off of Hartenstein. That's an easy call there. No need to challenge. 110 to 87. 23-point game. Man.
Are we really going with Wiggins on LeBron over Dub? Like,
And J-Dub's
Lord, that's a flagrant.
Yeah.
But why are we doubling LeBron as the shot clock's going down? Kind of confusing.
Because we have terrible coaching today. Absolutely horrendous coaching today. My grandmother could coach this team better.
And Hartenstein against this matchup is really bad because they're really picking on him.
Yeah, they are.
Like between LeBron and Luka, they've been destroying his rotations. His rotations have been horrible. And that's not because of him per se. It's just like he's just a bigger guy, so he can't rotate properly. So he's having to double guys, and it's like not working at all. We were fine without him in the game. Oh, man. Yeah, that's a flagrant. They don't even need to review it. He freaking pulled him down.
It sucks. It really just sucks seeing us lose like this.
Miserable.
Ooh, they may not call that, actually.
I mean, it really doesn't look flagrant to me.
I don't really think that's a flagrant foul.
He had his left arm, and Vanderbilt just went down like a sack of potatoes. Like, they'll call it a flagrant. It's the Lake Show, baby.
Yeah.
No, the reason I think it maybe he did look back a little bit. I was gonna say maybe he didn't look back to try to get the foul. He definitely did.
All he did was grab his arm, and Vanderbilt looks like.
I don't have the sound on, so
it looks like he said flagrant 1.
I'm not a lip reader. Yellow.
I believe he did say flagrant 1. Yeah, flagrant. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
I just really don't think that's a flagrant foul. I really don't.
It's
Can't be a flagrant foul if you grab his freaking hand, man. It's his hand.
It's just like it gets worse and worse every quarter.
Yeah. Well.
Why'd they sub him out though?
That's a good question.
Put Kenny Hustle in, man. He's our best player.
All right, he's definitely clearly thrown in the towel. But
Yeah.
J-Dub's pissed off. I love it. I love it. At least someone's pissed off.
Yeah, this is really what we needed. And of course he misses the second one.
Vando is one of the worst offensive guys in the league that I've seen.
Terrible. He's terrible, bro.
Yeah, he everyone talks highly on him. I just don't see it. I really don't.
It's just he has great effort, and that's about it. Like playing a nice little zone. I mean, even this lineup that we have out there right now, like
That's kind of trash.
no. I mean, we could have a way worse lineup out there.
Hartenstein's getting boxed out by Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they're putting Hartenstein in every action, bro.
It's just why is Isaiah Joe guarding LeBron? Like, just why?
Terrible coaching, man.
Is that what we really want?
No. The game, guys. The game's done.
This game is over.
Yeah. The game's done. We don't need to worry about coaching or anything else.
Just turnovers on turnovers. 3 points for the Lakers.
They're keeping their starters in, and they have another game against us.
They're not going to play their starters. They did their job. Well, they're not going to play all of their starters, I'll say.
No, I'd be shocked if they don't. They need the win, actually.
Well, yeah, depending on, we'll see.
Another turnover. It's just sloppy.
This is the end of the game stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to wait until the end of the game, Joe, to do our recap, or you want to start it up early?
Might as well wait till the end because Gabe's gonna hop in and.
Oh yeah, okay.
I got my Laker friends texting me.
Oh yeah.
So I texted a while ago because one of them texted. I said, "You guys are shooting 70% from 3. Now they're shooting 50% from 3." And
yeah, let's look at the box score real quick. What did everyone end up with? Luka with 28, Reeves with only 20, LeBron with 19. Their bench unit really, honestly, just destroyed us.
Yeah.
Plus 31 by Dorian. He had 4 or 5. Gabe with 4 threes, 12 points. J-Dub still ended up with like 16. I felt like Chet's foul trouble pretty much essentially cost us a lot in this game in the whole game pretty much. Like if he's in foul trouble, we don't have the rim protection that we need.
Should I get to the line at all today?
No.
Not
once.
What I'm saying is like he's not exerting the effort to get to the rack the way he needs to.
Yeah, second half just looked boring, honestly.
This is the weirdest jump ball. Why the heck are they so close to each other? They're supposed to be like a perimeter around them.
Oh, we still got 5 and change to go.
Yeah. I'm actually really happy that JJ's keeping his starters in.
I am too. Kill us.
No, not just from that perspective. It's like, oh yeah, you're gonna cost your guys more rest and
now Isaiah Joe drills a 3. Cuts the lead down to 25.
I want our boys to be embarrassed after today.
I thought they would have been embarrassed from the previous game. We got
I think now after losing 2 in a row, I think it should be wake up time to realize that we are going to need to try to close out the season with a lot of energy, and just if we can end the season on the last 3-4 games coming off straight wins, I think it'll be very good for us for the playoffs. Oh, we can't make a shot, man.
How is that not a blocking foul on Luka?
Yeah,
He's literally moving.
Watch myself.
Oh, is that Dylan Jones in the game?
Yeah, but how is that not a foul call on him? You legit cannot just slide your feet in a blocking position.
Yeah.
There we go. Take that 3.
Nice. Cuts the lead to 22.
These guys are playing harder than some of the starters are.
Yep.
There we go. Nice little defensive stop. Yeah, this is solid defense by the bench unit.
Another turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I don't even know what to say.
This is a really good moment to point out. Once AJ's back, he'd be great to solidify the second unit.
Yeah.
ball protection standpoint, just I guess just providing that consistency where we're not turning the ball over as much, because right now, like, there's just none of that going on.
While we got a TB timeout, again, everyone, thank you for being here with us, all 186 of you. If you're enjoying watching with us, we'll be doing this much more often, especially into the playoffs. But again, we do post-game lives after every game, directly after every game, just a few minutes after. So if you're enjoying our content, please go subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on all socials, and talk to us. We're going to hear from you guys in the chat. We're all Thunder fans here, man.
Yeah. I'm going to say this as well is I hope we rest our guys for the Tuesday game, because I actually want the Lakers to get the 3 seed so that they can, be on the other side of the bracket. Don't have to deal with the refs, let other teams deal with this type of scenario, I guess. So I wouldn't mind.
I want them in the second round now. I want them in the second round just so could beat them up, because I do think we are the better team. I think it was just a terrible day.
Yeah, I still think we beat them and everything, but just I really want a championship this year, and from like an odds perspective, you obviously want an easier route to get there. So,
boys, speaking on that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you guys for letting me speak my mind.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
Thanks,
of course.
Steve. Man, you've been going live for about 2 hours now.
Yeah, real fun, honestly.
Yeah, thanks for everyone for joining. We'll be doing this hopefully for most of the playoff matchups, and having a bunch of videos assessing everything like we typically do. I'm really happy with the J-Dub effort tonight. I think you have a really good point, Joe, that we're not going to show them our best rotation, best lineups, none of that, in case we do see them. I think most likely scenario now that they've won this one, and they'll probably win a couple more of these games, is they end up as a 3 seed. So we'll start I'll start pulling up some of the odds for what we think will happen from I guess, who will play in the second round perspective.
Yeah.
But we won't know, honestly, until like end of the month who we play even in the first round, which is not a great advantage to have. I feel like that's actually a disadvantage for the first 2 seeds to not know who they're playing.
Right.
Like a week after the season's already over. But it is what it is. You deal with it.
Why is that? Sorry.
You're good.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that this is our first live game action, but it happens, it happens.
Yeah, it's rarely happened in the season anyway, so all good.
We get one more Reeves 3 for good measure. Step back corner with a hand in his face. Oh, he missed that one. One more Doncic 3 for good measure, maybe.
He's like playing like his typical self.
Rui. There it is.
It's tough to play against both LeBron and Luka. Yeah, he fouled to get out of there. We're going to see some Bronny minutes. There we go. They finally got their starters out. That was the most confusing thing, that they left them in this long.
They're proving a point.
I don't like that. There's no point left to prove. They're the worst team compared to us. So it's like, cool. You left your guys in. Oh, yeah.
Minutes, man.
Nice little steal by Kenny Hustle. We'll take it. Yeah, momentum does count going into the playoffs. So obviously we don't have the best momentum, but also I think a pair of back-to-back bad games for Shea is going to put Jokic back in the lead for MVP to kind of end out the season. And I think that's a really bad look because that can actually flip the odds a lot. Because the last thing voters remember is usually how they vote from previous times of MVP. So this was kind of not the biggest deal, but still a deal.
Yeah, I mean, I could really care less about the MVP at this moment. Both guys did well to deserve it. Don't really care. I mean, Shea, one of the best records of all time. So, but we'll see. Broke like 8 of Michael Jordan's records this year. One of the most prolific scoring seasons you'll ever see. Efficient scoring seasons you'll ever see. Bronny James pull up 3. Knock down Bronny James.
That's the dagger.
There's the dagger right into my soul.
Literally. Yeah, we got to call it there, boys.
Yeah, well, while we are wrapping up here with this last 35 seconds, one last shout out to you guys. Almost 200 of you. Really appreciate you guys for sticking around for this game. I know it was a tough watch. Zephyr, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think we should just keep this rocking and rolling. We got everyone in here. We can just have Gabe join this and we can
that's cool. That's cool.
Cut it and make a post game out of this.
That's cool.
Yeah. Since we're already here and people can join us for our post game thoughts, kind of packaged all together. Definitely no love lost. Barely any of the guys went to shake hands, it looks like, which is pretty telling. Okay, Luka's out there shaking some hands. We'll take it.
Thunder lose 126-99. Terrible showing, but we do get to see them on Tuesday.
That is true. All right, I'm going to remove that and get us in our typical setup here.
Got Joseph with the most embarrassing. Yeah, probably one. It's up there, Joe. It's definitely up there. I've been through a bunch. Over the years, but this one hurt a little bit.
I'm trying to think. I think that Grizzlies crazy defeat was up there.
Yeah, that's got to be up there. I don't necessarily want to think back and keep going, but there's been a lot. There's been a lot. Trust me.
Yeah, I would say that 2012 finals losses were up there.
Yeah, those were rough. Those were pathetic losses.
Yeah.
The game 6 loss to Golden State was pretty damn embarrassing.
Yeah. I think it was more embarrassing from the standpoint of like KD just stopped trying.
Yep.
I didn't appreciate that.
We got updated standings here as of right now. Got Lakers a game ahead of Denver.
Mm-hmm.
The 3. And then the rest is hellfire, man. It is who knows where people are going to end up after the last 4 games.
Yeah. I actually prefer the Lakers staying in that 3 seed. The more they can solidify that spot for them, that helps us out a little bit.
I think they're going to want to.
Also, it's easier for them if they don't have to face us, and we can see them in like the West Finals. Right. They can be like Houston in the second round. I feel like they'd probably prefer Houston or whoever wins in that Houston series.
Right.
The craziest thing would be if the Nuggets fell into the play-in.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable, right?
Yeah, that'd be the most unbelievable storyline.
There we go. Ralph Films, you're back. I recognize you. Welcome back, buddy. He said, I'm just so disappointed right now. I had to delete IG to avoid getting blasted by DMs with Laker fans. Ralph, do not listen to nothing. It was one game of the regular season. They're going to be on their high horse. They're going to be like, oh, you guys stink. Lakers in 5, blah, blah, blah. One, we see them Tuesday. The other thing, it's a regular season game. It does not matter. We were very, very obviously not on our best today. They were. We'll get get them back on Tuesday. And I'm not gonna chat ban anyone unless it gets really ridiculous. Other fans are allowed to have their smack talk, and we're supposed. Listen, we got balled on. We're gonna take it on the chin and see them on Tuesday. That's it.
Yeah, I don't mind fans coming in here as long as their name is fine and their comments aren't like derogatory. If it's a basketball conversation that you're having, like if you're
fire away, they deserve it today.
Yeah.
Another one. Hotspot Casino, welcome back. He's been on the last few episodes. He said, now you see why I said I was worried. Yes, Lakers need positioning, but our team has no sense of urgency. You are absolutely right. And I think we both can answer this one. I'm going to start with, I think that's the coach's game plan, which I absolutely despise. That's 2 games in a row where he kind of just let things roll. There weren't many adjustments. So I got a bone to pick with Coach, but I'll let Satvir give you his spill about that as well.
Yeah, we'll save that here. We have Gabe joining in. We're gonna do a quick post game live session.
Have you texted Gabe?
Yeah, I got it.
Cool.
Yeah, Gabe will join in. He's our typical host for sessions like this, so
right.
We'll break things down for probably about 20, 25 minutes, and then let y'all go and
try to enjoy the rest of the day as best as you can, guys. Don't focus on this game too much.
Yeah. If you're a huge fan, just like us, honestly, just you take it on the chin. It's a one game. There's no meaning behind the game for us in either way. I mean, other than maybe like momentum or game plan or something, but I honestly don't think there was anything more to this game.
Yeah. So. Hotspot again. Another good point. We're gonna get more into that. When our buddy Gabe hops on, we're gonna do a full recap of this game right now. But yeah, you're absolutely right. They weren't being aggressive enough. Only player really getting to line was J-Dub today, which is not what you see often. So we'll get into it. Just give us about like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Also, Ralph Films mentioned whether we should be resting the rest of the guys. I think definitely for the last 2 games, we should be resting them. So we have a full 2 weeks of rest into the next series. It definitely seems like Shea needs some rest here. He's been carrying the load all freaking season with the various different injuries that we've dealt with. He doesn't seem injured or anything, but when there's nothing to play for, I mean, it's hard to go out there and show that same level of consistency, even though he is Mr. Consistent. But it's okay. Like young team, young guys, stuff like this happens. This is a solid Laker-led team by LeBron. Like we got to remember, high IQ from LeBron and Luka. So it happens. It happens. Similar to the Rockets game yesterday, I wasn't freaking out after that one. I'm definitely
196 of you guys. This is awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for everyone being in here.
Here we go with another one from Ralph. I feel like if we play this, I feel like if we play like this during the playoffs, because this is the second loss in a row, how many times has that even happened? That's why I'm worried. Yeah, I mean, I don't believe they're going to play like this in the playoffs. I think this is kind of, dog days of the season. Just get through the rest of the 3-4 games. I think today, earlier, if you weren't in, I was saying that I don't think Coach really wanted to show our best lines and, what our actual rotation would be and matchups in this game, because it's very probable that we will be seeing them in the playoffs at some point.
We also didn't make any in-game adjustments. That should tell you a lot.
Yeah, zero adjustments.
Yeah, zero adjustments. We just kind of rocked and rolled with the pregame game plan. It definitely seemed like, hey, we're going to rock with this. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. Great. But we're not going to show anything too special from like an adjustment standpoint, because there was a lot of adjustments we mentioned. And we can joke around and talk about the coach, but we know he's still a solid coach, and he'll adjust in the big moments. We've seen him in the regular season do that. So
we're up to over 200. Over 200. Welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast, everybody. Just waiting on our buddy Gabe to hop in, and we're going to do a little game recap. I know most of you have been here with us for the whole 2 hours watching the game. We just streamed we had the game cast on, but we were watching and kind of doing play-by-play and our reactions. But, welcome, everybody. Really appreciate you. Ralph, appreciate you too, man. I think you made me a little less anxious myself. I wasn't able to explode on camera like I normally would if I wasn't on camera. So I thank you as well. And we like you as well, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for joining in. We love anyone that's interacting, whether it's on X, on here. You can shoot us IG DMs, just talk about hoops. It doesn't have to be Thunder related or whatever. Like, we're just chill guys trying to hang out with the community. That's kind of why we created the podcast in general, is like,
what's our slogan? We Bring the Thunder podcast, a podcast for fans, by fans. We're just fans. We're just like all of y'all. Today's a miserable day, but we are going to keep a smile on our faces because we are the number 1 seed in the Western Conference, and we had the best regular season in history. And they're just not playing playoff basketball yet on purpose, I hope.
Yeah. I think saying that this is kind of the dog days of the season, when you're this far ahead, like 15, 16-point lead between, second seed, and then like the second and third seeds are closer to the 8 and 9 seeds. Like it's tough, man. It's tough.
It's tough. Then you got, I'm gonna stop myself. I was gonna start going into the game, but we'll do that in just a minute.
Yeah, I was also gonna say we're just such a young freaking roster. Like, I don't think people realize for how young we are.
Like this point, Hotspot Casino, dead on. Yo, Hotspot Casino, you are dead on every time you talk, man. Every time you say something. He said, I don't feel LA could beat us in a Game 7 series. And the reason why is because they shot so many threes. Yes, they made the threes, but a sign of a weaker team is when they come out shooting threes. Maybe not a weaker team, but that they had. I'm gonna say it now. They tied a franchise record for first half 3-pointers. It's not going to be repeated over and over and over again. It's not. Good point, Hotspot.
I can look at the box score real quick and see.
I'm just going to run and get some water. Gabe's going to be on like 30 seconds, he said.
Yeah, that's fine. They shot 55% from the 3-point line, 22 made threes. We only shot 32%. We shot almost as many threes of them. Our 2-pointers were a little bit more lacking, I guess, from like a paint perspective. Free throws weren't that bad. We only got to 99 points. I mean, solid defense from their end. We didn't hit enough shots. I guess this is the worry that some announcers, analysts, whatever they make, that this type of scenario can happen. And it certainly can, maybe for one game, maybe for 2 games in a row. But I don't doubt that we do this from like a 4-game perspective. So I wouldn't worry at all that this happens 4 times in a row. And if it does, then we lose, and that's how we lose. So, but as long as we're playing Thunder basketball, yeah, we'll be fine, guys. Not worried at all. Kaysen ended up doing a little bit better. He didn't make his 3-point shots. Wiggins didn't make his 3-point shots. Caruso, Kenrich. It really does come down to bench play and J-Dub and Chet. Chet played pretty well. He just got in that foul trouble. J-Dub here put in the effort. Yeah, it happens. There's not much from like a takeaway standpoint. Like there's nothing groundbreaking that I could say right now off of a one-time game that, you know, that would make too much of a difference this late.
I'm back, y'all. What's going on? What we got going on? We got Ralph and Hotspot Casino going back and forth there.
Yeah. Yeah. We do have probably some memes. We have a great set of
Ralph. Man, you're the man, Ralph. We're making you a better person. That's awesome, man. I love to hear that. Listen, man, yeah, I'm definitely going to try to get down for one of the playoff games. And I will definitely love to meet a lot of you guys. So I'll put on my story and the Bring Thunder Podcast Instagram story, and maybe we get in touch, see what goes on. But really appreciate that comment, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, Wiggins is someone that we need to get into a rhythm, and I think this is just his second game back. He's not playing his typical lineup minutes anyways with the way he typically goes with the second unit. He wasn't even first off the bench. Usually he's first or second, so he'll get some rhythm here shortly. No doubt about it.
Yeah, Hotspot Casino, another great point. Coming off the sickness, the injury, he'll get back into rhythm. He's a main focus on of our offense. I mean, I think he's like me personally, third or fourth best scorer.
I would say.
So we're gonna need him big time in the playoffs. We're gonna welcome Gabe on. Everybody say what's up to Gabe. Gabe, we have over 220 viewers right now. We got a lot of guys commenting, awesome comments, really insightful. But let's start it up, guys. We're welcome to the Bring the Thunder podcast post-game live discussion. I am here with Satvir, Thunder Talk on Instagram, TikTok. It's social. I'm here with Gabe. Gabe is our best. Gabe is our best on the show. So we'll get right into it. Hotspot Casino says, hi, Gabe. What's up?
What's up, man?
So yeah, OKC loses this one in a terrible fashion. Not a great way to, start my evening here on the East Coast, but yeah, they dropped to the Lakers at home, 126-99. Terrible showing. I'll get into some stats for the Lakers to start. Actually, you know what? No, let's talk about our guys first here. Screw the Lakers. Shea extends his 20-plus streak to, how many? 71 games straight. Just already beat Jordan's record, but he's going for more. He goes with 26 points and 9 assists on 12 of 23 shooting. And then the rest of the guys, man, today. Jalen Williams, 4 for 14 from the field, 16 points. Got to the line a lot. He was very aggressive in that second half. Terrible first half, 2 for 11. Mm-hmm. Chet, pretty much a non-existent, 10 points. That's because of that damn double big lineup that I hate so much. It makes him a non-factor, which you want to make your second overall pick and your maybe second best player a non-factor in the game on purpose. You need to go adjust that, Coach Mark Daigneault. The bench got outscored by a lot. I'm not even going to get into that specifically. But what a terrible game today. An embarrassment. As Xavier and I were saying, Gabe, we were saying during the game, maybe this was Coach Mark not showing our actual lineups and matchups that we're going to be playing against the Lakers because, it's a probable playoff matchup. And I mean, that was kind of proven because he made 0 adjustments through the game. I hope that's the case of why he didn't make any adjustments throughout the game, but I'll let you guys take it from there.
Yeah. it's been a long time since before I get going here, I just want to apologize to everybody. My quality is probably not the best. I don't have my mic, so my audio might not be the best.
You sound good, man. You sound good.
All right, just making sure. But yeah, this was one of those games where the game started, flow was going, it was all right, it was kind of close. But once it started kind of slipping away, there was that like 5-10 minute span where I was pretty upset. The rest of the game, it was just emotionless. I mean, there was just not much anger anymore. It was just like, what do you, it kind of started off for me. The thing that really blew me away was you can't beat a team that's shooting nearly 70% from 3 at halftime. Absurd. 68% from 3 going into half. That's just ridiculous.
Franchise record, tied the franchise record.
Just everybody was getting their licks in. It was like, and yeah, we had problems. Defense was absolutely non-existent, leaving wide open shooters. But the other thing was, we weren't just like all their threes weren't just coming from wide open shooters. I mean, they were just genuinely hitting everything. So, I mean, I'm going to start by tipping my hat to LA. Honestly, that's impressive. Like, you can't say that they just they got lucky. Maybe here and there, but they just wanted it more today, in my opinion. They flat out needed this win. We didn't. That's not an excuse for why we lost this game by any means. However, it showed that they needed this win. They're fighting for, I mean, as you guys know, the entire seeds 3 through 11 at this point in the West are all fighting for something, but LA needed this one. They really did. And by all means, did they earn it, because we just didn't show up. I mean, we played with less urgency, regardless of if it's what you guys said, if it's, Mark kind of hiding things, less serious game. Regardless of that, every game matters. It doesn't matter if it's game 1, if it's game 82. Every single game in the season matters. So this, regardless of if that's what it was or not, this was just disappointing. I mean, really, this kind of brings up that debate again of, okay, OKC's got Shea. He's pretty great. Who's next? Because someone's got to step up more than what J-Dub did. J-Dub, everyone's been saying that Chet's better than J-Dub, and I get that. I've always been kind of a bit of a J-Dub truther, as I like to call myself. I'm a big J-Dub guy. I really like him. Not good enough. Not at all. A lot of bad shots, a lot of bad shot selections, just not at all what he should be doing. But I'm not just going to sit here and put him on fire like it was all J-Dub. I mean, nobody outside of Shea, and this wasn't even a good game for Shea. I mean, 26 points, don't get me wrong. Good job.
I don't even understand how you got to 26 without free throws.
Yeah, that's
well, he needs his free throws to score. Yeah, he needs his free throws to score.
No, that's something else I want to get into, though. All I'm seeing on media is everything about this is Shea's first game without a free throws in 2021. Shea, no free throws. Shea's without a free throw and they lose. Stop. Please stop. I'm going to crash out. Like, I can't handle that, bro. Stop posting that shit. Like,
get off the socials, Gabe. It's just going to be a bunch of nonsense.
My phone, outside of using it for stats right now, I've muted damn near every social media. I'm not checking shit. But
I just left the text group chat.
Yeah, no, for real. But I mean, just all around, like, what happens is when a team gets off to the start that LA did, the momentum is just too much. They built this giant lead to the point where when you're making a comeback, right, you're down by, let's say, double digits, you're by 10, you're down by 12, you need the other team to either shut down and start playing bad on their own, or your defense holds them just long enough for you to get back into the game. When you go down by 20 points and they're shooting that way from 3, you need that team to completely go ice cold just so you can get even within single digits. Like, it's not saying that it's over and you just can't win a game, but being down by the way we were within that second quarter,
their biggest lead was 29 points.
That's you when you see something like that, and obviously that's a pretty straightforward statement. Like, you're down by a lot, it's hard to win. Like, yeah, that makes sense. But there's a difference between being down and being able to mount a comeback, and being down in a situation like this where everyone was hot. We were struggling just to stay in front of people. Like, that's not just being down. You're in a position where you now have an absolute mountain to climb just to cut a game to single digits. And that at halftime, that's how it felt. Like, at halftime, I was like, I hate saying it, but we're not winning. Like, you just can't. The odds are so stacked against you in a situation like that. And I love this team. I love win or lose. I love this team. No matter how bad we lose, always love every single guy on this team. This just wasn't us. And it's unfortunate it came right off that Houston game, because that wasn't fun either. But this just wasn't us. And I see a lot of people saying, like, should we freak out? Should we not freak out? Yes and no. this was concerning. This sucked. In my opinion, this sucked. This was a back-to-back loss towards the end of the season. Might not have been given it our all in that situation, but LA is a serious opponent. We're going to see them. Odds are high that we're going to see them. I don't want to see us saving our secret matchups because we're worried about them figuring it out. I want to beat them. I want to beat them bad. Like every time we play them, especially LA, there is motive behind LA. LA, I respect the hell out of that team, the players, the coaches. They are a great organization. They don't respect us. And they just proved it. They just they just belt ass. Like they just took us to town. Like, and they don't respect us. And that kind of showed why. Like that's where it sucks.
We can focus on some positives here, though. I'd like to mention the double big is not going to work against this team. We figured that out, I hope. Start of the second quarter, end of the second quarter, we had that small ball lineup in, and we were cutting the lead. I think we cut it down to like 8 points or so. And then we went right back into the double big. Yep. So the small ball lineup against LA looked very good, I would like to say, even on a very off day. So I will say that's a promising thing. Another promising feature to this game was Shea 26 without the free throws. Yes, guys, he's going to get fouled. He's going to get to the line. He's going to force the action in the playoffs. He was taking it a little easy today. I hate it. I'm on Gabe's side here. I like to blow teams out. I like to win every game we can. But there's a lot of good takeaways. We can get from this game, and those are two of them. I would like to see one last game of this team against the Lakers. I want to, come out and play our best, full roster.
Yep.
And then we can start resting. But I would like to see one last game against the Lakers here.
I agree.
Yeah, I want to jump in here real quick about Gabe, your point about how much this mattered to the Lakers. The difference between them winning and losing this game, truthfully, is with how many games left in the season, with only 4 games left for us, is the fact that they could have been all the way down into the play-in if they lost this game. They lose this one, they lose another one against us, and then they slide against the Mavericks. Boom. You're in a play-in scenario. So this is how meaningful this game was. That's not going to be as understood by national media analysts or whatever, but we definitely want to point out, like, this was a playoff matchup pretty much for them. They wanted to avoid that play-in at all costs. And you can see that with JJ. You can call it disrespect or whatever, but he left his starters in until about 2 minutes left into the game.
Good on him. I don't think that's disrespect. Seriously. They're making a message.
I said the same thing. They were making a statement at the end there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm cool with them making a statement or whatever, but my point was more towards how much this game meant to them of, hey, we don't even want to give you guys a glimmer of hope. Yeah. Like every time we even mounted a lead, they just kept their starters in as much as they possibly could. Yeah. So I thought it was still impressive. We definitely saw that the double big did not work because every time those guys weren't on the floor together, we mounted some sort of comeback or some semblance of a comeback. So there is a positive from that standpoint as well.
I would also say that obviously the goal in basketball is you win games, you get a better seed, you get a better matchup. I do think it's very telling at how important it is for them to stay high. They can disrespect us all they want. I don't think they want us in the playoffs. I think in a 7-game series, it's very different. I sat here talking about how bad we got beat today. I really still feel like we would beat any team in the West in a 7-game series. And that includes this Lakers team, despite how this game just went. So I think them putting in that statement, keeping those starters in, that's just more of a statement to us, to the fact that teams don't want that low seed. Like, again, obviously the goal in basketball is to get a good seed. So I'm not saying that we're the only reason that they want to win, but beating us in this game is the difference between having a matchup potentially against us in the first round or playing a team more like, maybe the Clippers or maybe a well-able team that they're less worried about.
I kind of want to carry off that 7-game series meaning. All right. So for everyone listening, I'm sure most of you are OKC fans, and you could date back to last year's second round, first game. OKC beat Dallas by 22 points. They blew them out of the park and ended up losing that game in 6. So one regular season game losing by 27 points is not going to, oh, we're done. We're done. We can't beat them. They shot a franchise record of threes. They're going to do it every game of that 7-game series. They're going to sweep us. That's not how it works. I also wanted to get into this question by Ralph Films here. This is a question that is way too early to be asked. My reasoning is because we are the best team in the NBA, Ralph.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen us in the playoffs yet. If we have another miserable playoff outing against this team and get 5'd or swept or just look bad, then we could start talking about, okay, maybe we need another star. But for now, let's pull it back a little bit and let this team run through the playoffs.
Absolutely.
We're also still way too young to even consider in terms of cap flexibility. There's so many issues with bringing KD.
Yeah.
Also, simply put, KD needs us more than we need KD at the age that he's at. He's still performing from a points per game perspective or whatever, but from like an impact, how much defensive impact is he going to have on the team? Offensively, we know what he's bringing, but in the playoffs, he's been pretty lackluster in the last couple go-arounds from what I've seen. He got dogged by the Celtics, whatever. We're not going to get too much into him, but I don't think he's someone worth considering. Considering we're about to go into we just went from our best season in Thunder history going into a great playoff run. We have the perfect seeding that we want. We're first seed. We get home court throughout the West playoffs and even into the finals. So not worried about him, not worried about these Lakers, not worried about a dang thing right now.
Yeah, let's rear back a little bit. It was one regular season game. We'll start talking about more into the offseason. We'll see if we need him or not. Let the KD talks and all that go. Ralph, also re-download Instagram, man. Like, it's gonna be like that for 2 days. We'll see them again on Tuesday. We'll win. Don't worry. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. I've been talking about this game for almost 3 hours now. My mind still hasn't changed. I'm pretty disgusted, but I'm just going to keep on rolling. We're the best team in the league for a reason. It's the end of the season. The Lakers are fighting. They were a game and a half. They were a game and a half in front of 8th place as the 3rd seed. Hello, puppy. Sorry. They were a game and a half in front of the 8th seed. They're fighting. They don't want to be in the play-in. Nobody wants to go in the play-in for no reason. The Nuggets are a game behind the Lakers. They're a game in front of 8th seed. Like, all those teams are going to be fighting for their lives. We're 15 games up about, and you think, like, yeah, we'd like to win this game, but is it the worst to get out of the game healthy and get to play them again on Tuesday? No, it's not. So keep an optimistic mindset.
And we can still
remember what you've seen. Remember what you've seen this whole season. Remember the team that swept Boston this season. Remember the team that beat Denver 2 times this season. Remember the team that beat the Lakers already this season. I know it was a different team, but we are that team, guys. We are them. Just remember that. It was one game. Let it go.
Yeah. We're also 29-1 against the whole Eastern Conference. We can rattle off a bunch of historic stats from an NBA perspective, but at the end of the day, like, we kind of have a large enough sample size to know who we are, what we can do. We've seen that from Shea's consistency, the team's consistency overall. When it comes to a 7-game series, I mean, if we can beat this LA team here on Tuesday, we can still, I guess, ruin some of their chances to, have the seeding that they would probably prefer, which is 3 seed, and avoid us in the second round. No matter how these Lakers fans are talking, they don't want to see us in the second round matchup.
No. And they're going to, after Tuesday, they're going to be like, oh, what were we talking about? Like, oh, maybe we're a little too confident. This Laker team is very inconsistent, guys. Very inconsistent. They came out with their best today. Shea didn't get to the line once. He got clobbered on one, but other than that, he really wasn't forcing any action. Okay, and we know that he will, and he will do it efficiently. Okay, it wasn't the Thunder team that we've all seen and known. And I think that was on purpose.
Consistent minutes from Wiggins, Joe. Jay will probably be back soon here. We'll have a full roster and lineup with way more adjustments, way more intensity. And in a case and scenario like that, no team wants to see us.
But we're not overreacting over here. We are We are staying in the reality of what is we are the best team in the NBA. We're not going to freak out over one game.
Right.
We're just going to keep on moving. We're going to finish the season with over almost 70 wins, the best ever in OKC history.
Mhm.
And we're going to go into the first round, whoever it may be, and then we're going to turn the F up. We're going to go nuts in that first round. I guarantee it.
Yeah. I mean, taking LA, it takes LA to have probably their best game of the season and us to have our worst game of the season. And that's what happened here. I mean, you can talk about the stats all you want. You can talk about how the game looked, the eye test, all that fun stuff. But this was just, I don't want to use the word fluke because games like this can happen, but this was not normal. If there's a 7-game series against LA, they're not shooting 56% from 3 on the series. No team is doing that. And if they are, no one stopped them.
God bless
So,
them. God bless
yeah,
them.
exactly. So you can't expect that out of a team. All these LA fans that are freaking out saying LA in 5, LA in 4, let me know. Come back to me when you guys are shooting like 28% from 3 in the first half of a game instead, and let me know if you're still going to win in 5 because you're not keeping this up. I mean, LA, like I said earlier, I respect them. One of the best parts about that team that I think people aren't understanding is how good Austin Reeves is. Austin Reeves is an incredibly deadly third option. That guy's crazy. Like LeBron, LeBron took a back seat in this game. But that's my point. These guys tied their record for 3.5. Everyone's cooking. Everyone's popping off 55% from 3 in the game itself. Meanwhile, for us, we just can't quite find our groove. Probably our worst game of the season, and that's what leads to this loss. This isn't something to freak out about because it's not normal. We've proven all season what normal is for us, and what normal is for us is exceptional. I mean, once we hit the playoffs and we get back into normal, I think everyone's going to quickly see that our normal in the playoffs is going to be pretty much everyone else is exceptional. So it'll be good to see once we hit the playoffs, once we actually start playing the way we know we can. This loss sucked. Get over it. We got another game coming up against them again. I mean, it's not going to go the same way. So
here's the one thing we could talk about, right? If you really want to pick problems out of this game, which is okay, just have them be rational, and we can talk about them. Is J-Dub needs to score at least 20 points on Austin Reeves.
Yeah.
I think we are going to see that in the playoffs, and especially on Tuesday. He was kind of dogging him in the second half, but that first half he was 2 for 11 settling. But I think he realized what he could do towards the end of the game. And we need to get Chet in optimal scoring positions and defending positions as well because he hasn't been there. So look for bigger games from, honestly, SGA, Chet, and J-Dub on Tuesday especially.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of holes on that Laker defense that we could attack, and we just didn't today. We didn't make the adjustments to. We didn't bother to. There's also a lot of adjustments on defense that we could have. I'm going to say right now, if Casey Wallace isn't in the starting lineup on Tuesday, we have a problem. That's a coaching problem. But I think he will be in the starting lineup on Tuesday alongside Dub and Dort. And we'll lock down on Tuesday, and we'll get it going.
Yeah, he was tied for us tonight for minutes played, so it was pretty clear that he was getting the minutes he deserved. But I mean, it's like you said, they have weaknesses. One of them, we need to be our bigs need to be more attacking more. I mean, Jackson Hayes ain't holding it down by himself. He does have a surprisingly good. He keeps the people he's guarding in the paint at a pretty low field goal percentage, and I'll give him that. But we got 2 7-footers. We got to be attacking more. And the thing that really bothered me with this game, Chet played 25 minutes and had 3 rebounds. You got to be more aggressive, man.
It's because of the double big lineup. He was out on the 3-point line all game. He's not going to get rebounds out there. It's just
I just when playoffs get here, I need to see the big 3 be the big 3 because that's my biggest worry. Is honestly, I've said this in another episode. I'm less concerned about our bench performing than I am about our big 3 performing consistently. We have such good depth that I feel like their contributions can still help when they underperform. But if our big 3 underperforms, it's going to be significantly more difficult. Shea can average 35 all series long. If J-Dub and Chet don't do their work, we will not win a series. I mean, those guys have got to be the players that we know they are. And the other thing is they're both capable of being significantly better than what we need. I mean, J-Dub, for example, last year, a lot of people, gave the blame to J-Dub. I don't see that happening this year. I think he's matured. I think he's become a much better player. And I think when playoffs come, he's going to show that. So for me, it's going to come down to Chet. How can Chet evolve as a player in the playoffs? I mean, we know how good he can be, and we know how good he's capable of being, but I need to see more out of him, which also comes down to Mark. It's not just him. The double big lineup cannot happen in situations like that.
So with that, if you go back to that Boston game in TD just a few weeks ago, Chet was the man, shooting threes, taking off the dribble, in the dunker spot. Just get him in the right spots, and he will dominate. Last year's playoffs, that can't happen. Sorry, guys. Last year's playoffs, he was probably our second best player, and he was in his first year playing, rookie season, right?
Sure.
So they're going to take the leap in the playoffs. They're going to get him in the right spots. I just think I don't know what to tell you about the double lineup. I can't explain it to you. Double big lineup. I can't explain it to you. But those two players will excel in the playoffs this year. They will take a leap, and it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, the double big. Here's what I'll say. It can work. It shouldn't start. It should never start. It should be used.
It's more of a situational lineup than anything.
Precisely, like against the Bucks. Like against the Bucks, it worked, but against everybody else, it's not going to work.
It should never start the game. Now, if we see there's an obvious size comparison or a size issue during the game, try it. That's okay. You throw it in there. It should never start a game. Hartenstein came to this team knowing damn well he would not be starting most likely. He's not going to throw a fit. He's proven that he can work perfectly fine. He's going to get starter level minutes off the bench. There's no reason that we should be starting the double big. I do think it can work upon adjustments, but it should not.
Here's the thing.
Start one game.
Here's the thing. If in this day's NBA, if you want to run a double big lineup, they both have to be able to post up, make a move, and get their own. Our bigs, that's not really their cup of tea. That's not how they play. Chet, dunker spot, alley-oops, three-point line, post fades. Hartenstein is more of on the perimeter, backdoor cuts, mid-paint floater, dunk spot.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to go get one-on-one. Oh, I'm going to back this guy down, drop step, spin move. No. Why have two of those guys in at the same time if they're not bucket getters per se? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And with Hart especially, outside of Hart's incredible playmaking ability, he is a very traditional center. He's a hard fighter. He fights in the paint. He goes for rebounds, but he can't shoot. I mean, he's got the mid-range. I'm not going to call that a shot. He's got the floater type shot, the shot put, but
right.
He can't. I love the guy. We brought him here because we needed help with rebounding and we needed a big. That's why he's here. At no point does he need to be in with Chet at the same time in a starting lineup, because not only does Chet now have to play out of position, but Hart can't stretch. He cannot stretch the court. So we're losing any. I mean, the big can pretty much just sit back and wait, because Hart's forced into either making one of those passes, which don't get me wrong, I love when he threads the needle. He forces that sometimes. He does.
Yeah,
He'll force those passes. And that's what bigs try to do. They can sag off of him because he's not going to shoot. So he's either going to go for a really tough pass or he's going to have to give it up. And that's just not how we should be playing. Hart should be our cleanup crew, our big man who comes in when Chet's tired and just eats up on the boards. That's how he needs to be.
Yeah, and utilize around A-Dub to create some great driving lanes, things like that. That's where he's best utilized. But I mean, this is just one regular season NBA game. Me personally, I'm not too worried about it either way. I know what we'll be doing here in the playoffs pretty shortly.
Just take the loss on the chin, move on, play Tuesday, and then playoffs.
Exactly. And for playoffs wise, that's where we just need all these guys to step up, play the way they know how to, and I'm sure they will. They understand the urgency in that scenario. So I'm not worried at all.
I would agree. I'm not worried at all. I do think it will come down to who that first matchup is, though, in terms of how the rest of our run will go. If we get I can't always say easier team. Every team in the West is good, but if we get one of those teams,
Sacramento.
If we get one of those teams that we match up better with, that will not just be nice because we'll get the win, but it'll be nice so we can figure out what we are, what the new playoff expectation is. So we'll see who we get, but regardless, I still think OKC will take any team in a 7-game series. It's just going to come down to how will we do it.
Right. Okay. Well, with that being said, again, 27-point loss today, but let's just look forward to Tuesday. Don't spiral out. Don't get into arguments on Twitter or socials. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Try your best. Ralph Films, you made my day today. I really appreciated that comment. Also, for everyone listening, most of you stuck around for the whole 3 hours. So amazing. Really appreciate all of you guys. One last time, if you're enjoying being with us, go leave a subscribe on the YouTube, and then follow us on all socials, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Facebook, any social you got, we're on there. At Bring the Thunder Podcast. Twitter, we are at BTT Podcast _. But yeah, rough one. Looking real forward to Tuesday. And other than that, do you guys got anything left to say?
No,
Well, so keep
for
your
anyone
heads
who-
up, fellas.
Yeah, for anyone who's new, don't be jump scared, but thunder up, baby, let's go!
Don't be jump scared.